I'm overdressed. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I'm just well padded. I'm just well insulated. Where did you end up?
When I Googled it, it took me to the district. And then because like if you want to search, you have to search Wisconsin Rapids High School. It's like all the individual ones.
Yeah. And
I should have known better. It's like Lincoln.
It's Lincoln High School.
Yeah, so all of a sudden I'm like, it's like dark here. Wow, what's it's silicone, like
That's the luck. That's better than what we had last week.
yeah, no chill about it. I noticed that when I came off the end, like,
Well, they just redid this last year. Then I'm back here again tomorrow.
oh,
They players stay tuned.
so okay, so like that was easy. Do you know what happened?
They didn't have room for everyone. Yeah. Well, he does stuff there too. So they he meets there. And then they have 4 radio stations. We would have been the 3rd live stream. And I'm like, not for sure. There's 2 radio stations. Because we didn't, I didn't register anything. Because we were back and forth, we were going to go here. I was looking for because they had Sussex Hamilton versus Muskego did not have a stream for this week. Do you want?
You can't get a live stream.
Bartender tell me stop, I just keep on going. I don't even have. We don't even know her name, 'cause now she's sleeping in my home.
But this will be
Drink by the case, beer
very similar themes. They both
cash up, and I probably told you this was my last one.
we got 15 minutes left.
Are you sure? I thought you wanted to call.
I have it timed out from 6:45 to 7. In my I was gonna sprint down to get something to drink if we needed anything.
At the concessions.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get just for drink?
I was just gonna grab some drinks, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. What do you need?
I like to have my cake.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. This is all expensed.
And then, if you're interested, I'm most likely meeting Brandon in Marshall. He's going to a pack and a half.
Oh, from like
Yeah.
Marshall and nuts.
Yeah, probably.
We'll see. We'll see how. Yeah, I was walking around and I'm like, good session. Yeah, that's kind of fun. This is.
It was green. They put the turf down there.
Chef
supplied the place.
Wait, I'm not safe.
Eddie don't take care of it.
Daddy don't give a shit.
I'm on reserve.
Daddy don't care.
Wait, I'm on reserve.
That's because they're goddamn official.
They wanted Brady to win.
Brady wouldn't lose again on a Sunday. They didn't look very sharp. While Rams didn't look good either. They all look like shit again this week.
You know, we have Amazon Prime, but not because of football. Because we don't have unlimited internet. We got pick and choose.
These stairs are steep.
Terrible hard.
Thank you.
You're right. Last night I watched it for maybe 20 minutes.
So I was adding 6.
Yeah, oh yes, absolutely.
We have about the same amount of kids that are
Oh, actually. But at the end of the year, we can't get rid of the last thing. You know, we got extra tickets. You don't have to worry about no gauge wise. You gotta look for the
Hi!
Somewhere's in here.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be really.
I don't think they're gonna take your picture. Nope. Unless you jump really high.
I'm
don't
only
think
going
she's
like
gonna jump
this.
very high. Gary, send her back to the car.
I use my arms to the cell.
Fight the game with it all. Oh, I had a bad day. Every day I touched the ship, one step forward, two step back. Early in the morning, I went out to all the...
Yeah, well, we left early for 3 months of the month,
I'm going to cut one more. Yeah, I like that. I like to cut it short because the grass is long, it'll be easier. I had a nice fallen crab one time.
actually were the first news breaks for what do you call it? Recruiting stuff.
I will give you that. Twitter is just always on. They were the first to go. To the point where it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Wood Trust Bayfield and Southwood County Station. It's Wood Trust Bayfield. Southwood County Station.
So the stadium is something.
Yes. That's the shorthand for roll stuff, but we should probably use the full name to get on that.
Do you have any local businesses contributing to this?
We had one game left in the budget. We had one game left in the budget, so. And Brandon.
So what are we focusing on? We got a lot of things versus the all of what it is. Boomed. Stacks on stacks of talent.
Aquinas, yes. There we go.
Hey everybody, Matthew Olnick here for the Hornets Nest, is sitting right next to my good friend Steve Aquinas for Sports on Focus, and we're live here at the Wood Trust Bank Field at Southwood County Stadium in the paper-making factory of Wisconsin. Actually, of Wisconsin, or is that Nakusa? They make a lot of paper here.
They do make a lot of paper here.
Here in Wisconsin Rapids, just on the outskirts of Stevens Point, Wisconsin, this is the final level. This is the game that determines who is going to go to state. And you're probably wondering, wait a minute, Matt Olnick of the Hornets Nest, this isn't a Colby game. Well, it's true. The Colby Hornets are not playing in this game, but this would have been the game that they would have been going to if they would have beat Aquinas. And that's is our leadway here. So this is the final level before they get to state for Division 6.
5.
Division 5. Gosh darn it, for Division 5 football. Steve's already going to cut my mic off here. And the matchup we have before you here today, the Aquinas Blue Golds taking on the Kiwani Storm. What a matchup, Steve.
Two very good teams, two perennial powers facing off here today.
That's the thing is, I kind of look through the backlogs of Kewaunee. You know, this should be a high school football team that people should know more about. Like you said, a perennial contender. And you can see it on their roster here. Both teams have quite the lineup of seniors and big seniors. 6 foot forever and 200 and some pounds. Stacks on stacks.
Lots of big kids out there, and that's what you need when you get to this level, especially in D5.
Well, no, that's absolutely true. So, it's a cold, crisp night here. The wind is starting to finally die down, but you can kind of see on the goalpost that the flags are fluttering just a little bit, so we're somewhere near 5 to 8 miles an hour, maybe in the upper 10s. But, once you get down on that field, it's kind of like a non-factor, and it's kind of like a decent night, even though we had that, get this, Steve, yesterday, over a 40-degree temperature swing. We went from the mid-60s and it tanked to 22 degrees.
And though I will take tonight with the cold and dry than yesterday with the rain and warm.
That's true. It was like a cold Florida weather day. Is what it basically was. I mean, so we're going to get more into the nuts and bolts when we look at each team. But before we get to that commercial break, just a quick, brief overview here. For people that are tuning in, following the Aquinas Blue Golds, you got a great team. Lots of talent, well-balanced, and like what the game against the Hornets showed us, they are not afraid to flip the script. So everybody was expecting a pass-hungry team. Running the football was going to be secondary, but they beat Colby at their own game. They actually outrushed the Colby Hornets, who came into that game being one of the best Division 5 rushing teams in the state. Looking at the other side, Kiwani never had to worry about nothing. Teams will stack the box against them, and they got the boys just to shove them over, and they got 2 great running backs. So there you have it. So we're going to have one team that, they know what they like to do, and they're going to say, I dare you to stop me. And you got the Blue Golds on the other side where you don't really know what they're going to dial up. So I think that we're going to go to a commercial. Steve has nodded yes. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Steve is going to pour into the bread and butter of what makes both of these teams tick. Welcome back, everybody. Maybe you ran into the kitchen to refill that taco bowl. Tacos? Nah, nacho bowl. Maybe you got a little bit of salsa. Either way, I'm hungry. Anyway, so Steve, you got a lot of interesting stats that you've been compiling. That's really going to kind of give us a more of an in-depth look of this ball game. Are you ready?
I am. We'll start out matchups. Both these teams 11-1, both 6-1 in conference.
No way.
Both finishing second. Kiwani, we talked about it off air. Lost to Southern Door in the regular season by 3 points. Beat them last week up in Brussels, up in Door County. Beat them by 2 to get here. So revenge game for them. Aquinas, their only loss came week 9 to Division III West Salem.
Who's still alive
Who's still alive in the playoffs. They are playing Onalaska in lacrosse tonight. So that's a big matchup down there. But that's kind of the matchup there. Both teams score a lot of points, don't allow a lot of points. Aquinas, 499 scored, 166 allowed. Kewaunee, 478 scored, 139 allowed.
Oh, man. You couldn't ask for a better matchup here.
Aquinas has put more yards up. They're over 4,500 yards. Kiwani just short of 4,000.
Total offense?
Total offense. Aquinas passes more. Obviously, Kiwani runs more. Kiwani almost 2,500 yards rushing on the season.
That's not easy to do. Everybody kind of takes for granted even when you look at the Merriwood, there was a lot of 2,000 yard plus running ball clubs in the Merriwood, but when you branch out to other conferences, it's not easy.
Yep, absolutely not. And taking a look, of course, we have to look at the matchup. The two quarterbacks, both really well matched. Jackson Flotmeyer, 65% completion rating, 2,273 yards, 26 TDs, 8 interceptions.
Bragger.
Mitchell Thompson, 61.3%, 1,498 yards, 17 TDs, 6 interceptions.
No, isn't that amazing how you look at the yard discrepancy and that's flip-flop? But quite honestly, the efficiency is on that side for not passing a whole heck of a lot. So that goes to show you that when they do dial up a passing play, more than likely it's going to go for yard and for a score.
Absolutely. And a quick run through while they do some last things. Road to the semifinals for Aquinas. They won at home versus Durand 51-8. Went on the road, made the trip up to Maple up near Superior, won 38-16 before beating Colby last week back at UWL 28-14 for the Kiwani Storm. We'll get in quick for that. They won at home against Sturgeon Bay 71-6, home versus Kiel 27-13, then the 15-12 win over Southern Door on the road.
Wow. So fighting the whole way.
And we'll turn it over for the national anthem and starting lineups. We'll be back with a call in just a moment.
The Cooley Conference, the Pac-12 Conference, and the WIAA welcome you to tonight's contest and encourage good sportsmanship. Please remember that good sportsmanship is the responsibility of everyone in attendance at tonight's contest. Aquinas High School, Kewaunee High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request that you support the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, sexist, racial, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions or words directed at officials, student athletes, spectators, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from this competition site. Please enjoy tonight's contest and be a role model for those seated around you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a wonderful night for football at South Kewaunee Stadium.
God, at second glance, that looks like.
Welcome to level
Hornets out
4
there. They just
football.
need green numbers. You know what I mean? Champagne pants, white jersey. I'm so sad.
Here are our starting lineups. First, the Blue Golds from Aquinas. Introducing the team. Please welcome the rest of the Blue Golds, Coach Tom Lee, and the Blue Golds coaching staff.
Donned in the champagne pants with white jerseys away, gold helmets.
And now the Storm from Kiwani. Introducing the offense. Number 2, Peyton Conley. Number 5, Caleb Schaller. Number 15, Mitchell Thompson.
That's a big quarterback.
Number 21, Jesse Morales Hernandez.
There's a big running back.
Number 22, Owen Carlson. Number 50, Matthew Bader. Number 57, Kemper Robinson. Number 64, Braden Obrey. Number 66, Mitchell Bader. Number 73, Jacob Van Gotham. Number 84, Sawyer Prebeck. Please welcome head coach Charles, the Storm coaching staff. Tonight's officials are Jude Druitt, Eric Giordano, Pete Davinsky, Chris Renzelman, and Nick Sola. Kewaunee won the toss and elected to receive. Aquinas will be kicking off at the toward the hockey rink. Kiwani will be receiving and defending the north end zone. Lincoln High School thanks each of you for supporting our student athletes and our football program.
Oh, now we're back.
Now we're back.
Hey, there we are. I was about to say that national anthem that never gets old. Hey, Veterans Day.
Yes.
So everybody that, if you're tuning in, leave a comment in the YouTube link. We love to hear where you're watching from, where you're calling home right now. And you know what? If you're a veteran, we appreciate your service. Thank you so much for defending our freedom and keeping alive that experiment of democracy, what we also like to call the American dream. But anyway, enough about that. No longer standing on ceremony. Both teams getting set to get this level 4 playoff game for Division 5 underway. This game punches their ticket to Madison to see who can declare themselves the best, the baddest Division 5 high school football team in all of the state of Wisconsin. The Blue Golds taking on the Storm. Aquinas getting set to kick it off. And you got a front row seat. Flotmeyer says, goodbye, ball. Kicks it downfield, gonna get fielded at the 10. Got some key blocks, lowers the shoulder, and runs over a Blue Gold. I tell you what, Steve, these are going to be fun numbers to call. Those are big, blocky numbers, but that was Maddox Miller taking the ball out past the 40-yard line, and that's going to give the Storm great field position. First down, Kiwani.
Oh, that was just, he had a bit of a seam, saw he wasn't going to get much more, lowered the shoulder, made sure he fell forward, got a few extra yards there.
Just laid out number 2, Thornton. Felt that in the fillings. Receivers on either side of him. Thompson gets it to Stengel and tries to find some room, but he gets smushed.
I think that was a...
No gain on the... What? No gain on the play?
He gets back to
There.
the line of scrimmage. He
Yep.
kind of was able to fall forward, but I think that was meant to be a pass. You kind of saw him hold up there for a second like he was going to throw it, but wasn't there, so just tucked the ball and got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, forget that play. Thompson under center, gonna pitch it out. And it's gonna be swing to the outside near sideline. Big hard-earned run right there. Morales Hernandez had a nice wall of blockers there, and he gets himself a great gain there, about 8 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Here come the Storm.
And it's a team that runs out of like a pro formation. Not something you see too often in high school.
Great pulls there by the lineman, getting well ahead of him so he can really take his time and find that extra couple of yards following his blockers. Handoff goes up the gut, lowers the shoulder, fighting for that first down marker. It looks like he's going to get it. Yep, first down, Storm. Emerging from the bottom of the pile is, you guessed it, Morales Hernandez. Finally brought to a stop, but that's going to be enough to move the chain gang. First down, Storm. Plugging up the middle, Hargrove there, but too little too late. There was a great push there by Kiwani. Opening kickoff, Kiwani is moving. Shotgun formation. And it's going to be, Thompson's going to keep it and makes the first guy miss. Stiff arm, still fights for the 40-yard line, and he's going to get it. Big 5-yard scamper. Second down for Kiwani.
And that was all set up by the runs from Morales Hernandez there, where they had to stay home on him, and that left the lanes open there for Mitchell Thompson to get the run.
Yeah, exactly, and that was Zachary Malin, the defensive back, the cornerback, finally bringing him to a stop, which is kind of amazing here because Colby had great difficulty trying to shake the outside and middle linebackers, but right here the cornerbacks are the last guy to tackle. Kiwani is just doing a great job putting some blocks down. Speaking of blocks, they had some daylight, but he ran out, but he picks himself out some 2-yard gain, and it's third down and short for the Storm.
Little fullback give there.
Sokai on the carry. Their front numbers are awfully hard to read.
Oh, I don't think that's right.
I don't think it's right either.
I'm pretty sure that was Owen Carlson on the carry, 22.
I was just trying to follow what the announcer was saying there, but yeah, you're absolutely right. That was number 32 in your programs, which I don't have that in my
22.
book here. Oh, number 22, sorry. Lining up for a third down and short. I formation. It's going to be a pass play. Makes a Hargrove miss. Tucks it. Runs. Sprints past some defenders. Lowers his shoulder. He's bringing some blue golds with him inside the 10. Finally dragged down at the 9-yard line. Holy smokes, what a shake and bake move by the quarterback, Mitchell Thompson. He is their second or third best rusher for Kiwani, and he's displaying it right there, moving the hips, and he just broke the ankles of Hargrove and scampers, and now Kiwani within striking distance. First and goal, the Storm.
That was one where he should have been tackled for about 3-4 yard loss, and
twice, or no, third on the first initial contact, and he should have been brought to a stop on the second tackle. Handoff goes up the middle. Hargrove going to hold him back. And actually, number 89 along with him, Damian Lee. I believe that was Owen Carlson on the carry. And that's going to bring up second down and goal to go. Damian Lee is a big-time defensive player for this blue gold team, leading the squad in tackles and tackles for loss, and also in sacks. I believe he's got himself 7 to 8 sacks on the season thus far. Really tight formation. I think you know what's coming. Handoff up the middle. Carlson. He's still trying to push the pile, and he's going to get shoved back, but not before he gets himself some momentum forward. And it's going to be third down and 3 to go. No, 4 to go. 3 or 4? 3? Steve, help me. 3. On the 3-yard line. Big third down here. For both teams, really. Tyler Van Gotham. Oh, man, I saw his name in the lineup. I'm like, I really get to hope I get to say his name. Finally, Tyler gets to come into the game. Another tight formation. Sends him in motion is Thompson, and it's going to go up the gut. No signal yet. They're looking at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a touchdown, Storm. Handoff up the middle, and Kiwani just shoves the Blue Golds out of the way and gets the first early score with 6 minutes and 25 seconds remaining.
And that was a well-designed play because they gave it to the back, and then Thompson right there.
The quarterback ran with him, yeah.
Pushing him into the end zone.
I didn't know if that was Van Gotham or Thompson had the ball, but yeah, I believe it was Van Gotham had the ball.
I think so. That's who we're going to give credit to for now.
Hooray. High snap, but number 3 holds it, but it is blocked. Woo! That might come into play. You never know. So the extra point attempt is no good. Aquinas blocks it. 6 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Kiwani gets the ball first and gets the points first, putting 6 on the board. And that's going to be your score. Kewaunee 6, Aquinas 0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I absolutely feel that Tiger Lily is getting a great education with RVA. She is challenged and she's not bored. She enjoys her classwork.
I love the teachers. The teachers are the best part. My teachers are very friendly and they're easy to reach out to when I need help with the assignments. The teachers are always there when you need help.
What I love about RVA is the flexibility first, but second is that Tiger Lily is so happy with this school, with her teachers, and with what she's learning. It's awesome.
Hey, and welcome back, everybody. I was just telling Steve that Caden Healy, who is the Merrittwood back of the year, I think he got some. Anyway, let's talk about this quick. There's a kick, line drive kick, and it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. The ball is going to get spotted at the 20, and that is where Aquinas is going to get their start with their offense. 1st and 10 Blue Golds. But I was just telling Steve that in a recent chat with Caden Healy, who is Colby Hornets' senior running back with a lot of accolades, first all-team conference, blah, blah, blah. And he was telling me that Hargrove, number 27 for the Blue Golds, was the best linebacker he ever faced. And I said, from this season? He's like, including last season, including our game against St. Mary Springs. So Hargrove and that linebacker squad, they were saying how hard it was to shake them because their sideline to sideline speed was incredible. But Kiwani just making it look easy. 9 plays, 57 yards for the score. Anyway, handoff goes off to the side, looping around the side, near sideline. Gets smashed out of bounds. Handoff went to David Malin, who put a lot of running yards against the Colby Hornets last week, but he gets knocked out of bounds by Thomas Stengel, getting about a 5 or 6 yard gain, 2nd down. But yeah, Steve was mentioning that half of the game clock basically came off out of 9 plays, all on the ground. Handoff is going to go to Hargrove, and he's going to wrap it to the far outside and fights through some arm tackles and picks up the 1st down and more. Ball's going to be spotted on 37, just short of the 40-yard marker. Finally getting brought to a stop by Sawyer Prebeck, who is their number 2 defensive personnel with 67 tackles on the season. Flatmeyer going to hand it off. Up the middle. Tries to bounce it out. Grabs the jersey and rips him down. Hargrove doesn't find much daylight. And that was going to be a stop by number 16, Cole Walker. 5'11" at 153, but he played like a giant against Hargrove and just stopped him and dragged him down.
Held on for dear life till his
pretty much until his friends showed up. Hey, guys, we're the Storm. Where's all my friends? 2nd down and 10. Flatmeyer pitches it to Collin. Swings it to the outside. He's got some blockers. Waits for him to block. Springs loose and scampers to the 50-yard line. Past the 1st down marker. And that is going to move the chain gang. 1st down, Blue Golds.
Push out of bounds by number 3, Thomas Stengel.
Consumus really patiently waited for his wall of blockers to shove some guys out of the way, and then he just put on the Jets. At 6'3", he just motors. Aquinas on the move. Here's the snap. It's going to go to Hargrove. Up the middle. Cuts to his left. And finally gets stood up by Miller. Miller? Mueller near the first down marker.
David Moline for Aquinas with a first down carry.
And they're calling him Moline, but I thought that was number 27 on the carry.
I think you're right.
First down Aquinas.
Thank you. So that's first down, Aquinas. Once again, if you're watching from your device or on your YouTube TV, we'd love to hear where you're watching from, so leave it in the comments down below. And there's some early movement up front. That was Damian Lee, jumps the gun. That's going to be a penalty against the Blue Golds. You heard the man. Damian Lee, 222, 6'3", senior. Big fella. But he jumped a little bit on that one.
We saw Aquinas use that hard count a little bit. I think they tried it there and got his own guy.
Favre did that too against the Packers. Flatmeyer is saying, hey guys, I just remember we got to run this play. Here's the snap. Fake handoff. Fires down middle, and it's going to go incomplete. Whoa, late flag thrown. Colin Cosimus got up and said, where's the flag? And then the ref said, okay, and threw it near the 20-yard line.
I'm wondering if that might not be against him for the flag symbol.
Really? Mean like unsportsmanlike? What do you mean?
It's either pass interference or it's unsportsmanlike, and Aquinas is moving back.
Wait, that's a thing?
You can't do that.
Wow. How did the Packers get away with it?
No, it is. It's pass interference.
Okay, there you go. I never heard of that.
Rules are a little different in high school when it comes to some of those kind of things.
Sure.
And I think we can all hear the Storm fans around us. They don't agree.
Much to the chagrin of the Kiwani fans, wondering, are you sure that guy didn't trip? Either way, Aquinas is on the move. They are in Storm territory. Looking to see if they can put a qual to it. And Flatmeyer can't hang on to the ball. Jumps back on top of it. Good heads-up play. He didn't try to make a football move. He's just like, dude, I'm going to jump on it. And it looks like it's going to be on the 36-yard line, and that's a loss of about 4 or 5 yards, and second down and long. The student section is doing some clever chants over there, just as loud and boisterous as the Colby Hornets squad. So they got a great student section over there. And it's going to go to number 4, and he's going to be a pass, drops back, decides to run it instead, goes to the sideline and gets tripped up.
Flatmeyer came in motion from the slot on that play and took
Flatmeyer on the carry.
And took the pitch.
Tackled by number 15, Mitchell Thompson.
I thought it looked like he was going to try to throw it back to the opposite field, but looks like there was no opening. Give Kiwani a lot of credit here. Just like a Storm, they are just covering everything. They're not giving any kind of wiggle room for this passing game.
And we'll remember from last week, Aquinas had a lot of these 3rd and longs and always found a way to pick them up.
Hargrove, lots of blockers, lowers the shoulder. Gets tripped up by, it looks like he got tripped up by Mitchell Thompson, and he is down. He's brought to a stop at the 25-yard line. It is 4th and short, but oh boy, Mitchell Thompson is on the ground. He is a running gun quarterback. Huge part of the offense and defense. And it is really quiet. Everybody's just holding their breath. They're hoping that it's just a little bit of a sting. Lipping off just a little bit. Takes Gatorade.
Looks to be out. I think might just be a bit of a cramp there, a bit of a, we talked about beforehand, you catch the cleat in the turf a little bit.
Big sigh of relief for everybody, but they got Brett Paulson, backup QB, warming up a little bit. But anyway, it's a big 4th down on Aquinas. Why not? They're going to go for it. Flatmeyer with Hargrove in the backfield. Sends a man in motion, and it's going to go to the outside. And he gets brought down. David Malin just short of the first down marker. Thomas Stengel. Big heads up playing.
We're going to see.
And it's not going to be close. Turnover on downs. First down, Storm. What a defensive stand by Kiwani.
A bit of bend and don't break, making the stop at the right time.
They are matching the speed and intensity of this Aquinas team so far. But it's early going. We're still in the first quarter. 3 minutes and 23 seconds remaining. Kiwani holding on to the lead, and they got the ball again. 2 wideouts on either side, and there's early movement again by Damian Lee again. Other side of the ball. Said, oops, you didn't snap the ball, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Looked like he was maybe trying to time up the play count a little bit and
try a Troy Palomano. And it's a run up the middle and just gets smushed. Big stop there by Malin. Owen Carlson on the carry. Not much of a gain, maybe a half a yard-ish, but like I said, got stuffed by David Malin. Second down.
Yeah, they tried to run that one up the middle, and I think the Aquinas defense has readjusted a bit and kind of packing that box a little more.
Caleb Shaler and Peyton Conley on the wings, but they're not going to get the pass. Instead, it's going to go to number 22. Breaks the tackle. He's breaking free, and he gets chased out of bounds. He was trying to, you can tell he was just like, man, I just want to get off to the races, but Aquinas matching the speed. And ball's going to be spotted at the 50. Huge gain there by Owen Carlson. First down, Storm.
Owen Carlson, 31 yards rushing. Mitchell Thompson, 33 already.
Big time yardage right there in the early goings here. 2 wideouts near sideline. I formation. Thompson's going to hand it off. And he makes some guys miss. Was Jesse Morales-Hernandez. Finally gets knocked over, but not before he gets himself 7 yards on the carry. Second down and 3 for the Storm. Malin on the stop. Wow. They have great, crisp blocking. These purple jerseys are so easy to foul against that white. Kiwani is set. Handoff up the middle. Stutter steps. And it looks like he's going to be really short of that first down marker by just a little bit. Handoff went to DeMardo Eccles? Eccles. Now, I'm glad that we got his number there. He, on the defensive side, that's his bread and butter. Well, let's talk about him later. Oh, and there's some movement up front in the backfield. Play's going to get blown dead. Eccles had a little bit of movement.
No flag has been thrown yet.
I know, I think the refs are just like, wait. What do you think? I don't know, what do you think? I'll throw it down. Oh dear, he had that hesitation like he was going to shift, but then he's like, uh-oh, not yet. Back on the 44-ish, 45-ish yard line. Pick a yard marker. Anyway, it's a 44.5. Third down. Third down and manageable for this Kiwani crew. Anyway, DeMardo Eccles, 6 foot, 190 pounds, running back, linebacker, leading tackler for this squad. But, a lot. 73 tackles on the season. 1 sack, 2 interception. That kid loves to hit. Handoff goes up the middle, and not much going. A solid yard pickup, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Slow to get up is the lineman that was giving the lead blocking right there, number 57, Kemper Robinson. Not much wiggle room right there. Kind of wonder if Kiwani kind of missed an opportunity there to bounce it to the outside. A little bit of play action.
Could have been. That's what I was kind of expecting, was a bit of play action and maybe let Mitchell Thompson throw it a little bit, but maybe
even give him hey, let's do an option. If you got some room, take it. Never mind though. Kiwani is electing to punt. Gonna pin him back, play some field position. And it's Thompson with the boot. Ooh, looks like a nice bounce. It's still rolling. Gonna get down at the 2-yard line. What an excellent punt by Mitchell Thompson. He tackles, he throws, he runs, he kicks the ball. Is there anything that man can't do? It's going to be spotted deep in blue-gold territory, and that is where Aquinas is going to start.
That was one that probably doesn't happen on natural grass. That roll is something you'll only see happen on turf.
Oh, because of the lack of resistance?
Yep.
Flatmeyer in his end zone, and he's going to hand it up the middle, and lots of fighting and throwing around, and no gain on the play. Second down. And I tell you what, that's the end of the first quarter. Aquinas is facing 98 yards ahead of him to get on the scoreboard, whereas the Storm is hanging on to the lead. That's the end of the first quarter. Kiwani 6, Aquinas 0. Don't go anywhere.
Are you ready for a faster and easier mortgage process? Tap Lending combines the speed and efficiency of technology and people, and a great local bank. The perfect combination for your mortgage.
Living every day to the fullest. Giving hugs and laughing loudly. Bringing joy to those you love. Vaccines set us free to live openly. Schedule yours today.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC. And it is truck season, which means big savings. That's right, rebates are back. Stop on in and talk to one of our specialists, but we're focusing...
Enough about those trucks! Let's talk about trucking for a score, huh, Aquinas? Second down and 9. 98 yards to go. Handoff outside. And he's going to get stopped again. I believe it was Hargrove on the carry, but he picks himself up about 2 yards on the carry, and it's third down and long for the Blue Golds. Big stop there for Kiwani. Shotgun formation. Flatmeyer is going to pitch it. It's going to go to the near sideline. It is Colin. Gets stopped. On the initial tackle, Isaac Sheelis, senior receiver and defensive back.
Isaac Scheiss.
I guess maybe his name is Scheiss. Scheiss? Sheelis? You decide. Fourth down for the Blue Golds. Kiwani's defense. Actually, you know what? Special teams coming up big. Great ball placement. Defense had a lot of downhill tackling. Flatmeyer is going to run it to the outside. Going to sprint. Picks up the first down. Kiwani did not see that coming. Flatmeyer just using his athleticism. That was like a run punt option because you could tell like he was holding on to it like, okay, hot potato, but he's going to pick up the first down. Blue Gold stay alive.
That is a risky move.
That's what I was about to say is like, you know what? Somebody could have like not stayed on assignment and just tear after him, and that could have been a big loss. But the Blue Golds feel like they got to dig deep in the playbook against this Kiwani team. They feel like they can't get behind these guys too much longer. Second down. Hey, Kyle White on the carry, finally. Kyle White was just tearing it up against the Hornets, mostly in the passing game, but once in a while he was getting the pitches, and he has got a motor on him. And finally, Kyle White gets into the ball game here. Two wide receivers for Flatmeyer to work with. Handoff up the middle, pushes, gets brought down. Initial contact looks like it was going to be by Man. Number 54, William Forlich. Third down and short. Two running backs on either side of him. Flatmeyer hands it off. Malin up the gut to the 30-yard marker, actually to the 31, and that's going to move the chain gang. First down, Blue Golds. Malin and Hargrove are kind of getting even carries right now. Before, Hargrove was getting most of the carries because, quite honestly, he's a little bit of the stronger runner, but Malin helps out with the fresh legs. It's going to go to Malin again, up the middle, lowers the or no, not Malin, that was Kyle White on the carry, lowers the shoulder and fights his way for a 7-yard gain. Down at the 38-yard marker. Blue Golds on the move. Second down. And 3 to go.
We're over a quarter into this one, and yet neither team has, 2 passes thrown.
It is a run-for-run matchup. Each team is like, who needs a receiver? Flymeyer sends Malin in motion, and it's going to go to White, cuts it up, and then gets roped up by Sawyer Prybick.
He'll be short.
No gain on the play, and that's going to be actually, no, quite a bit of gain. Sorry about that. It's going to be third down and short, but Prybick stops him from getting the first down. He is not only the leading the second leading tackler for this defense, he's also one of the top receivers, 365 yards and 3 touchdowns on the season. Third down and short. Storm is just going to try to jam every single gap they can. Direct snap to Hargrove. Says, try to stop me. Picks up the first down. Blast for about a 6 or 7 yard gain, I would say.
That is such a successful play that they run.
46-yard line. First down, Blue Golds. Yeah, the direct snap.
That direct snap and
the Wildcat, as they call it.
Well, what you can't see real well sometimes is there's three more offensive linemen that are running backs right behind the offensive line. I mean, that is a tough play to defend.
For sure. It's going to be a blitz. Dumps it to Hargrove. He's got a few blockers. Tries to cut it up and stays close to the sideline and fights for an extra few yards. And he gets stopped at the opposite 38-yard line. Looks like, and that's going to be a first down for Aquinas. Kiwani is kind of on their back heels now, where the Blue Golds are kind of catching their second wind here. Kiwani has no response for this Blue Gold rushing attack. 4 wideouts. Flatmeyer to Hargrove. Just runs angry. Dragged down to a stop, but not before he gets himself a hearty 9-yard gain, it looks like. Mitchell Boulder, freshman, 6'4", 240, finally jumps on top of him. Second down.
It's so tough because you can't pack the box like you want to against most running teams like this, because the moment you do, Flatmeyer's going to throw it over the top on you.
Absolutely. Speaking of pass, Flatmeyer looking downfield, rainbows at far sideline. Looking for Colin, his number 1 target, but it goes incomplete. Well covered by Thomas Stangl, Jr., 6 foot, 150 pounds. He was like attached to the hip. Colin would have had a hard time bringing that ball down. Incomplete. Third down and 2.
I think you're thinking Colin Kazemias.
Kazemias?
Kazemias.
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 Just remember Cozumel, Matt. Kazemias. Thinking of warmer weather somewhere. It is crisp and cold, but me and Steve are doing great because this game is red hot. Handoff goes to Hargrove. Finally brought to a stop by Prybick, but not before he picks up the first down. Gets it to the 26-yard line. First down, Blue Golds. 6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in your first half. Blue Golds are driving. Kiwani is just catching their breath here a little bit. Not a whole lot of players putting their hands on the hip, unlike the pass games that you would see against a high-speed team like this. So you're kind of wondering where Kiwani is going to try to break this drive. It's going to go to Kyle White. Puts on the Jets, falls to the 20, just short of the 20-yard line, actually. 21-yard line is where the ball is going to get spotted. Second down and about 6-ish to go. Second down at 5? 5? Second down at 6?
I'll call it 5.
There you go.
You know, that was one I think Kiwani might have jumped off sides.
There was movement. It almost seemed movement on both sides, but the refs were like, eh. And they just let it go, which is fine by me.
They're missing a cover guy out here.
I was going to say there's only one cover guy, but it's not going to matter. It's going to go a handoff up the middle. Hargrove stumbles a little bit, but he stays on his feet. Gets shoved down. Peyton Kewaunee helps knock him down after Hargrove gets wrapped around the waist. Another first down for the Blue Golds. Spotted at the 10-yard line. That's going to be a 1st and goal. Knocking on the door is Aquinas. Coming into the ball game is number 65, Landon Selner.
And it's
6'1", 370.
That direct snap play again.
Hargrove bounces it up the middle and drags DeMardo with him into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Golds. Aquinas strikes back. They threw in Landon Selner, 370-pounder senior, and he just blew up the middle, but Hargrove sidesteps it and had lots of real estate, and there was only one person left, and that was number 12, Eccles, to stop him. But Hargrove just churns those legs, and it's so hard to bring him to a stop. The Aquinas coaches are yelling out blue. It's their favorite color. Flatmeyer is sending a whole bunch of people out in motion. He's going to roll out to his right. Tries to look for Colin, and he's open. Gets it for a 2-point conversion. Stengel had a step or two behind him. And Aquinas not only scores, but they get the lead back. 5 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Second quarter.
In the first half, I meant. That's what I meant to say. Blue Gold strike back. Aquinas 8, Kiwani 6.
Hey everybody, Nat over at WIAA Chevrolet GMC, and I'm standing here with Brian, our medium-duty sales manager, and he's got some exciting news for us. Brian.
Well, we've picked up the Western snowplow line as of the first of the year, and we've got our first order here of plows, sanders, and salters. We'd love to talk to you about what your needs are for this winter. Give us a call.
And we're back. Reminiscing about the old days. Flatmeyer gonna squibbity-squib kick it, and it bounces at the 15, and that is where Winsky is going to take the ball. Stutter steps, but then gets stuttered down at the 25-yard line, and that is where the Storm is going to try to rumble themselves another score to get the lead back. First down, Storm.
Tough block on that one. I didn't see who made it, but took out one of the Kiwani blockers. One of the Aquinas guys came down and...
So like friendly fire?
Nope. I should say one of the blockers got taken out by one of the tackling guys.
Oh, jeez.
Came down, both were looking at the ball and right into each other.
Man, that reminds me of like when Colby played St. Croix Falls on a kickoff, and both kids ran into each other in equal force, and they both flew 5 yards backwards. Delayed handoff. Actually, no handoff. Thompson keeps it. He is just scrambling. Shaking big time with Mitchell Thompson. Gets it past the 30-yard marker to the 31-yard line. Second down and 5-ish, 4-ish to go for the Storm.
And very smartly sliding down, not taking a hit on that one.
He's like, ooh, I had a little bit of a stinger. Don't want any more of those. That was a weird play. I wonder if that was a busted up play, and then Thompson just decided I'll take it.
I think there were two options on that one. There was the hand to the first guy, the hand to the second
so that
guy,
was kind
or
of by
take
design.
it himself.
Pitch to the near sideline is number 22. Blasts, moves the legs, gets to Opposite side of the 50-yard marker into Aquinas territory at the 49-yard line.
Hold.
Oh, and there's a flag down. Owen Carlson's big run is going to get negated.
That was as textbook as you can get on the hold. Full bear hug.
Yeah, you heard her. So, how we're going at 2nd down and 4 to go. No, not 4 to go. That's what it was. Now it's 2nd down and that much to go.
15 about.
Yepers. Owen Carlson. Freakishly quick feet. And he had it on full display there. Okay, so here comes Kiwani. They're going to spread out the defense. Thompson, shotgun formation. Looks to pass. Psych! Goes up the middle. Gets knocked down on the ground by number... I'm not sure who that ripped it out of bounds. I think that was number 89, Damian Lee, but well down. So no fumble on the play. 3rd down.
Going back to that play, the whole reason Carlson was able to get out is the tackle on this near side here was giving 89, whoever that is for
Damian Lee,
a bear hug, and that allowed Carlson to get the yards.
Thompson draws back to pass, gets pressure from Lee. Lee's going to pick up his 8.5 sack of the season. Walks off field and says, "That's how you sack a quarterback." That's going to bring up 4th down for Kiwani. Strange turn of events for the Storm where they just blasted with Owen Carlson, but Damian Lee, who gets held, negates the gain, and then ironically forces the punt from Kiwani with that quarterback sack. High snap. Thompson pumps it up, lands past the 50, takes a big hearty bounce. It's not done yet. Rolls to about the 38-ish yard line.
That's the 38-yard line.
And that is where the Blue Golds are going to get to work. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left here in the first half. Aquinas 8, Storm 6. I think we're going to stay right here.
We're going to stay right here.
Concessions are also available.
I offered Steve hand warmers, but he's like, no.
Hand warmer. Need to keep the hands out for all the controls.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, if you don't, yeah, in case you don't know what this looks like, it looks like, you ever see the guy in the NASA office that controls the Mars rover? There's knobs and switches everywhere. Anyway, Malin goes in motion. Flottmeyer going to roll to his right. Look at the pass. He's going to tuck and run. Scampers to the 45-yard line. A gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. 2nd down. Then I offered Steve chopper mittens. And he's like, "Matt, I don't think you understand. I got to touch the touch screen. I got to turn the dials. I got to hit the play button." No running backs in the backfield with Flottmeyer. He's got 4 receivers to choose from. Flottmeyer drops back, looking to his left, and he's going to go to the left. Wide open! Collin, number 1, cuts it in, makes a man miss. It's a foot race, and he's going to win it. Into the end zone, touchdown Aquinas. Thomas Stengel could not keep up with Konzemius. Konzemius could not keep up with him. Konzemius was running like he was late for class. Touchdown, Blue Golds. 14-6.
55-yard touchdown pass.
Too easy. He made a cut into the middle, and Flottmeyer was looking at him the whole entire time. And Flottmeyer said, "It must be my birthday." Wide open, took it to the house.
And that big bunch formation again.
Direct snap. Actually, it's going to be Hargrove hands it off to Malin. Not going to go anywhere. Who's the big stop?
Everyone.
Yes, everyone but number 64, Braden Aubrey. 6'3", 260 senior stuffs the middle. saves a 2-point conversion. First half is almost to a close. There's 2 minutes and a few seconds remaining. Aquinas 14, Kiwani 6.
Again, we saw it a bit last week. Obviously, we had a chance to see Aquinas last week, but every time you think you're slowing them down, Flottmeyer has a play, either with his feet, we saw earlier that drive, or then again with his arm down the middle there.
Absolutely. Yeah, you said it. That was even on one of those go-ahead scores last week that helped put them over the edge against the Hornets, where he basically just tucked and ran, and then he just launched himself into the end zone. The Hornets made him pay. He came up limping, but he's got such a big frame and just lots of speed. Flottmeyer boots it. Line drive. Oh, and it's going to be a handoff. 36 gives it to Owen. And he hurdles a man, but then he falls to a gentle stop at the 35-yard line. So the handoff from Miller to Carlson pays off. Great field position. Let's see if the Storm can make a go of this. First down, Kewaunee.
Only downside on that play, you probably would have wanted to go more side to side, but with having to hold up, it allowed the Aquinas return coverage to get down there the field a little more.
Exactly. You think they would have cut it to the outside after they sucked everybody into the near sideline. Thompson is going to hand it off up the gut. Goes to Jesse Morales-Hernandez. Fights his way 3 yards short of the first down. Second down and 3 to go. Hernandez kind of went quiet. He was getting a lot of carries in that opening drive that gave Storm the lead. And then it kind of went quiet on him. And then it went to Carlson. Carlson back into the game. Carlson in the backfield with Tyler Van Gotham. Gutham? Gutham. Go ahead and Gutham. Carlson got to pick up that first down. Hits the interior of that defense, does a spin move, and gains that extra half yard, and it's enough for that first down.
And stops the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. A minute 30. Okay, doesn't stop that.
Well, for a bit.
Oh, until they spot it. Sorry, folks. Minute and 25. Tick, 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 tick. Kiwani could drive down and possibly put themselves in great position to get another score. Up the middle. Oh, fake handoff. Play action. Pass completed up the middle. Downfield to Sawyer Prebick. Big catch right there. Another first down for Kiwani. Yep, a timeout is called by the Storm. What a great play. Everybody was sold in on the run, and Prebeck was just sitting in the middle of like, hey, I'm right here, guys. So a timeout is called. Do you want to stay or do you want to go?
We'll stay for this one. I have a feeling we're going to get a bunch of timeouts here. Kind of go through halftime. We'll talk a little bit about the stats.
Absolutely.
Look at who's leading the teams at that point. Talk a little bit about what we've seen. Take a spin around, see if we can find some scores from other games around the state. Only 14 football games tonight.
Well, it only makes sense. There's not a whole lot of teams left.
Not a whole lot of teams left.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say there's 22 football games left in the high school season total.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
The season went fast, and we're back. The music's still playing. Okay, finally, they paused it. I formation. Only a little over a minute to work with. Pitch goes to Carlson. Ran out of blockers. Big hit by Hargrove.
Number 22 on Carlson.
About a gain of, it is a gain of 1 on the play. Second down.
And that one,
time ticking away here.
Yeah, not much time talking.
47, 46. Tick, 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 tick. Same formation. They're set. Up the gut is Carlson again. Blast for a 4-yard gain, bringing up a third down and manageable for Kiwani. And they call another timeout, 37 seconds left.
Take this one. We'll take this one.
And we're going to take a break. We got to catch our breath. Don't go anywhere. Hey, we're back. Kiwani, you guys got to do some play action right here. You got to move the ball downfield. You only got 50 seconds to work with, and it's still ticking away. Fake handoff. Thompson running. Makes a man miss. Still sprinting. Gets to the sideline. Malin chases him out of bounds at about the 18-yard line, and they are in the red zone. First down, Storm.
And a smart move there to get out of bounds, stop the clock.
I just said play action, and look what happens.
Maybe not the play action we were thinking, but
you know what? The spirit of the play action was there. Give it to the quarterback, make him act like he's just rolling out, and then just run. 30 seconds here in the first half. Level 4 playoffs. Thompson sends his guy into motion. Fake handoff. Looking downfield. Fires towards the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Kyle White.
Incomplete.
I think they were looking for Peyton Connell, big-time receiver. 6 foot, 160-pound senior. Got 3 touchdowns on the season. 447 yards receiving on the season.
I could see him maybe trying to run like a little pass run bootleg option here to that far side. I think that might be a good option there for Thompson, being he can tuck and run as well as he can, get to the sideline.
Absolutely. Jesse Morales-Hernandez, fresh set of legs, comes into the ball game. 4 receivers, 3 on the near or far sideline. Oh my goodness, Mitchell Thompson wanted to run it, but Damian Lee again gets through the line of scrimmage on the outside. He's just basically running around the front line of the Storm. Brings him to a stop. 3rd down and long. 18 seconds remaining. Another timeout is called. 1 remaining for the Storm.
And I think here, obviously, you're looking end zone. You know,
Yeah.
but more specifically because you don't have a timeout left. So if you get tackled in bounds, you won't necessarily. Maybe you can look here.
If you get that, okay, well, either you got to play the sidelines if you're going to pass this, or like you said, you almost wonder, either you play for that first down marker so you can get yourself a fresh set of downs, but you got to play sideline as much as you can. But if you get that first down, you get that grace of the ball being spotted, right? But you got to move your tuchus.
Because you got 18 seconds left, so you've got maybe 2 plays here. It's 3rd down. Take 2 shots at the end zone.
Yep, 2 shots at the end zone. 25, 24, 23 seconds.
Oh, that's the timeout clock.
Sorry, 18 seconds remaining here. Right?
Yeah, it's always weird that they put the timeout clock.
Wait, Thompson's like, dude. Thompson's like, hey, where's all the time?
Yeah,
it started at 50-some seconds, and now
they put a timeout. They put the timeout on the board up there.
Man, who's running the show around here? 18 seconds now. Magically get back up. Low snap. Thompson fires wide open into the end zone. Touchdown, Kiwani! Huge connection with Isaac Schleiss. Wide open.
That was a beautifully designed play.
Aquinas did not see that coming. Number 16, he's number 5, number 6 on the receiving corps for the Storm. And he just slipped right through, and an excellent cut by Isaac.
And now,
refs are blowing a whistle and saying, hey, there's a timeout by the Gold Helmets over here. The Storm strike back. 12 points for Kiwani on the board. 14 for the Blue Golds. And the timeout clock back on the scoreboard.
12 seconds left. You see it a lot in basketball, that timeout clock. I know Colby does it.
They do?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay.
And a few other places, but first time I've ever seen it used in football.
Yeah, and it got everybody worked up.
Well, everybody on this side of the field worked up.
Yeah, the Storm were like, hey!
I don't blame them.
I don't either. I was like getting confused. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, for this the only live feed for this ball game, as I understand it.
Correct.
Brought to you by the Sports on Focus. If you haven't checked them out, they are all over social media. They got a great YouTube page. So as you're watching this, if you haven't subscribed, they are covering sports and teams all over the state. Hit the subscribe button. You'll be glad you did. And also, you'll be glad that you're still watching this game. 12 seconds on the play clock. They're going to be going for 2. Carlson goes in motion. Roll out. Thompson just gets swarmed. That play was not going to go anywhere. Oh my gosh! Look at that corner end zone, Steve.
Oh, they had a guy wide open.
Oh, and Carlson was like, it must be my birthday, I'm wide open. And Aquinas did not even see him. If Thompson would have seen through the white jerseys, he could have just lobbed it. But either way, they had a chance to tie it up, which would have been great. But you know what? You went score for score right here, and that is a big response. 12 seconds remaining here in the first half of your Level 4 Division 5 playoff game, and this is a dandy. Aquinas 14, Kiwani 12.
So one score update we have from the half. 7-0 Stratford over St. Mary's Springs in D6.
Holler! St. Mary's Springs. They went to the big dance last year in Division 6.
Lost to a certain team.
Yeah! Who was that again?
I believe that would be the Colby Hornets. Not too often you get matchups of 2 defending state champions in the playoffs.
No kidding.
Had that last week. Colby, the defending Division 6 state champions, and Aquinas defending Division 5.
And that was a great ball game. Oh, and it's a squibbity squib kick, and the blue gold guy is just like, I'm just gonna kneel this one, guys. Fielded by number 55, Brent Zolokowski.
Oh, would have loved to see the big guy return, but
I know. Well, you see Brett has the ball, and it's like, come on, guy, take it.
Probably the right move there, but still.
Brett's like, hey, I'm 6 foot, just like all the other speedsters. Why can't I run it?
Interesting to see what Aquinas comes out here. They got 10 seconds. Maybe a chance for one shot at the end zone.
Well, they're bringing 5 wideouts, and you got to believe, I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to be like, well, let's just drop back and just hove it. Flotmeyer is looking to his left and actually dumps it shallow to Hargrove. Big tackle there by Mitchell Thompson. Trips him up at the other side of the 50-yard line. No, actually, right on the 50. Sorry about that. Timeout, Blue Golds.
Well, chance for one more shot at the end zone.
They were trying to catch the Storm in a very wide spread out prevent style defense. And they were going to see if they could just pick up a huge gain there and maybe a few busted tackles to see if they could take it to the house with Hargrove. But the Storm, this isn't a normal defense that Aquinas has faced, I would dare say. They've been scored on, but on that last play, that just shows that this team's got some discipline to them.
And yeah, a lot of times in that situation, you might put 3-4 defensive backs way deep, make sure you're able to get to the end zone, and didn't there. And I was actually questioning it, and probably the right move by the Kiwani coaches to keep everybody up.
No,
but when you're as speedy as they are, you don't need to put people back. Now we see him put a guy deep.
Absolutely, the guy that is deep is Owen Carlson. 4 wideouts for Flotmeyer to work with. Looks around. Gets a snap. Drops back. Looking to his left. Rolls to his left. Looks back to his right. Can't find anybody. Gets rushed by 42. Sheds a tackler. Flag is down. Flotmeyer drops down and does a roll.
And that's
going to be on the other side of the 40-yard line. Time is expired.
And that's going to come back.
Yeah, of course. Either one, whether it was negated or they gave him the play, the half is going to be over. There was a big-time hold there.
Yeah, and we talked about it a bit last week. When you have a guy that switches direction like that, forces the lineman into a hold sometimes where they've got to try and they're pushing a guy this way. Now they got to push him the other way. And
yeah, it just happens. No joke. And the scoreboard reading all zeros. 2 quarters in, 2 quarters to go. It's a tight one. Aquinas holding on to a 2-point lead over Kiwani, the Blue Golds, 14, the Storm 12. And Steve-O, what are we doing?
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a few minutes with first half thoughts.
Yeah, so get your legs stretched out, get a refresher, but come on back and we'll break down this game for you.
One thing that surprised me about the RVA is the want to do school, whereas it was kind of a struggle before.
All of the educators, the staff, the therapists, the specialists, everybody is so knowledgeable. And my favorite thing is that we all work together as a team for the kids. I really feel like we're partners with the RVA. I just love it so much. I know I've said that before, but like I love the RVA.
With 100 years of working experience, the team at Century 21 Dairyland Realty are ready to help you. Whether you're looking for a new home, recreation land, or a place to start your new business, the team at Century 21 Dairyland Realty are ready to help you. Stop into either of their convenient locations on West Broadway Avenue in Medford or North 4th Street in Abbotsford, or find them online at c21dairyland.com to find out more. Century 21 Dairyland Realty, a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC. And it is truck season, which means big savings. That's right, rebates are back. Stop on in and talk to one of our specialists, but we're focusing on the 2.7. Going on now behind me, we actually brought in a Chevy trainer to talk about those wonderful features of the 2.7 engine, and we want to be able to tell you all of those. Stop on in and talk to one of our sales consultants and hear about the great rebates going on now at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC. Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I'm standing here with Brian, our medium-duty sales manager, and he's got some exciting news for us. Brian.
Well, we've picked up the Western snowplow line as of the first of the year, and we've got our first order here of plows, sanders, and salters. We'd love to talk to you about what your needs are for this winter. Give us a call.
At Clinner Insurance, we know you want to protect your business. The Clinner Insurance team will help you choose the insurance package and plan that fits you and your business. At Clinner Insurance, protecting your business is our top priority.
Clinner Insurance.
Forward being a mutual, it's a great opportunity for customers that bank with us because it allows us to make decisions for the long term, for our community, for our customers, and for our employees. We're not driven for profit as most companies are, so we can make decisions that are good for our communities, our employees, and our depositors, and that's very unique.
I splooshed my phone in the road crater? Am I covered or no?
Well, hey Carm, you're never gonna believe this. A sturgeon just hit my Chevy. Am I covered or no?
Interesting. And yes.
I had a couple 30 packs explode in my garage. Am I covered or no?
I've been there before, bud. It's a sad day.
Aren't you two-time Rose Bowl champ Bill Ferrario?
Yeah, you better call Marshfield Insurance and ask for Premium Boy. Whether you're hitting fish
or hitting football players,
the agents at Marshfield Insurance have the
Clinner
answers.
Insurance, we know you want to protect your business. The Clinner Insurance team will help you choose the insurance package and plan that fits you and your business. At Clinner Insurance, protecting your business is our top priority.
Clinner Insurance.
At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, we are here to help you with your local home needs. Whether it's your first house, or your dream house, or your last house, Fairway is here for you. We care about our customers because they are not only our neighbors, but our friends. We are a locally owned mortgage company, and we pride ourselves on helping better our community and our customers. If you would like to learn more about your home options, please give me a call today at 715-384-7878.
RVA has helped me learn by giving me more hands-on activities.
I can watch his writing develop. He has confidence to ask questions of his teachers if he doesn't understand. He's composing his own schedule, which is a lot like what a young adult is going to need to learn how to do, and he's learning that at 11.
My favorite part about being in the RVA is all the amazing clubs. I get on some clubs and then I realize that there are so many people like me.
Clinner Insurance of Northern Wisconsin is your qualified, experienced team for custom insurance packages for your vehicle, your home, and your family. At Clinner Insurance, protecting your family is our top priority.
Clinner Insurance.
Are you ready for a faster and easier mortgage process? Tap Lending combines the speed and efficiency of technology and people, and a great local bank. The perfect combination for your mortgage.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC. And it is truck season, which means big savings. That's right, rebates are back. Stop on in and talk to one of our specialists, but we're focusing on the 2.7. Going on now behind me, we actually brought in a Chevy trainer to talk about those wonderful features of the 2.7 engine, and we want to be able to tell you all of those. Stop on in and talk to one of our sales consultants and hear about the great rebates going on now at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC.
Hi, this is Jason Miller from US Cellular and Northside Computers. We're currently celebrating our 25th year of doing business here in Marshfield. All of the money that has been spent here is spent at other establishments that we do business with. We employ local people. We've sponsored numerous North Youth Apprenticeship programs and sponsored sporting events and other things of that nature. Of all the places you could purchase a cell phone or a computer from, we want to thank you for doing business with us.
Our experience in the RVA has been wonderful. The teachers are extremely supportive, and Simon really seems to enjoy it and is making friends, and he's more socially active now than he was in a traditional school.
Something I want other kids to know is that even though it seems like you're not going to make friends, you actually are. I like how the RVA provides an environment that's more suited to my needs.
Living every day to the fullest, giving hugs and laughing loudly, bringing joy to those you love. Vaccines set us free to live openly. Schedule yours today.
We're having some fun discussions about proper strategies when it comes to temperature regulation now that we're in that zone here in mid-November. 1 week away from the big deer hunt. There's a lot of bow hunters licking their chops right now with this cooler weather, especially crisping up the woods. Way easier to listen for those oncoming deer in, especially with the I would say the second stage of the rut is on in full force. And with this colder weather, everything's on the move. So bow hunters are just, even my older brother Craig at the office bugged early out of work. He's like, I'm going to go sit in the stand. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, back to the ball game here. So, Steve, you got any more stats for us to dig into? Wait, should we talk about scores quick?
We should. A couple that we were able to find. You have them?
I got 2 written down here. So on the other side of the bracket in Division 5 play, the other game that's going on to see who's going to go to state, Prairie du Chien taking on Mayville. That's a tight one. Prairie du Chien 21, Mayville 20, if I remember correctly. So tight ball game. And West Salem. Now, this is Division 3, right?
Division 3.
This is Division 3 play. West Salem, who are the conference champions of the Cooley region, that is a tight one, too. Onalaska taking on West Salem, 12-10, West Salem.
West Salem with the lead. West Salem won that game, lost to Onalaska on a fluke play. They scored.
This is last year?
This was earlier
during the
this year.
season. Oh, okay.
Yeah, week 2. Scored. As they score, big bolt of lightning. Hour and a half delay. This is in overtime. So they come out, go for 2, miss it, lose.
Come on!
So that was a tough one for them. But yeah, West Salem plays in the Cooley as a Division 3 school. Feeling that might be changing in the next cycle.
How is that possible?
Well, West Salem has expanded rapidly.
Oh, the district has.
The district has. So they're probably set to make a move to the Cooley or to the Mississippi Valley with like the Onalaskas of the world. But
as they should.
As they should, but then they got to move somebody out to do some other shuffling to make that work.
Oh, WIAA looks, I can tell they're looking forward to that. So I mean, we got some other ball games that we're kind of chasing down because I know Stratford's playing against.
That was 7-0 over St. Mary Springs at the half.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Eau Claire Regis taking on someone. Can't remember who they're playing.
I bet that's a tight one, too.
That's probably a tight one. You've got, as you said, there's 14 games today. That's it. So easy to keep track of all the scores. We'll for sure, as they start going final, we start getting notifications on that. We'll go through some finals.
Yeah, once we start stumbling upon those, we'll let everybody know. Got a lot of great viewership right now, and we're thankful that you're tuning in on this Friday night. TGIF, everybody. Great night for football, and we got ourselves a great one. So you picked a great live stream. Like I said before, we have the only live stream for this awesome ball game. So you know what? Tell your friends. Tell them, like, hey, ditch those other ball games you're watching. This one's funner. Or you know what? If you're just tuning in, make it a party. Anyway, so we got any stats we got to talk about?
We do. We're going to start by looking at the 2 quarterbacks. We will start with Aquinas, Jackson Flopmeyer. He is 5 of 6, 94 yards and a touchdown.
Wow, that's solid stats.
55 of that coming on the touchdown throw to Colin.
So a little bit skewed, but
the 5
or 6 is the big one.
And then add on to that 4 carries for 15 yards. Now that does include the sacks as negative rushing yards.
Absolutely.
But he did have that big run on the fake punt that really kept drives going. Flip it over, not quite as much in the passing game
for Mr.
Mitchell Thompson.
Yep.
But 2 of 3, 38 yards, the big touchdown right there at the end of the half. But his numbers more, 7 carries, 51 yards. Leads the team right now rushing.
Really?
Yep.
Not even Owen Carlson.
Nope. Taking a look at the rest of the stats, we talked about Mitchell Thompson running the ball 7 for 51. Owen Carlson 7 for 39, including a 23-yard run.
Yep.
Jesse Morales-Hernandez 6 for 30. Thomas Stengel, I've got 1 for 0. Demario Eccles 1 for 2, and then Mitchell Van Gotham 1 for 3 and the touchdown. We gave
big VG Van Gotham.
That's what we think had it. Catching, Sawyer Prebick, 1 catch for 18 yards. Isaac Shields, 1 for 20 and the touchdown.
Big time play.
Flip it over. Jackson Flopmeyer, we talked 5 of 6, 94 and a touchdown. 4 for 15, but the leading rusher, Colin Hardgrove, 11 carries, 73 yards in the touchdown.
Man, that kid. He's got a motor, and he's hard to tackle.
Kyle White, 4 for 19. Colin Consemius, 1 for 4. David Malin, 2 for 12, excuse me. And then receiving, Colin Consemius, 2 catches, 67 yards and a touchdown. He had that 55-yarder. And then Colin Hardgrove has caught 3 balls for 27 yards. A few of those on those little forward, little in essence,
a shovel pass.
Pitch handoffs, but they're going forward.
They count as a pass.
They count as a pass.
So Hargrove is getting a lot of play time in this game. So last week, Hargrove, you didn't really see a whole heck of a lot of him until like deep into the ball game in the second half. But in this game, they brought out the big guns right away against this stout Kiwani defense.
And you wonder a little bit if that has more to do with the conditions, and maybe Kyle White was a little better in the rain.
Absolutely.
Hardgrove a little bit better in this cold, rough and tumble kind of weather.
You know, when you ever talk to any players, cold weather ball games are great to play in because, you know, you don't really overheat, so you don't feel like you're getting exhausted. However, hits, especially early on, they hurt a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
But the motivation is like, well, I'll just hit that guy back really hard when it's my turn. So we got a little over 2 minutes and 30-some seconds remaining here. But yeah, so like if you're Kiwani, what you're keying on is the mental toughness factor. This team stayed out here for their warm-ups. They're like, we're not going to go into a facility. We're not going to go warm up. We're staying out here in the cold. And you can see that they got a lot of spring in their step. So, and that's kind of like the bread and butter of this ball game. This football team. This is the first time I'm watching your football team play, but the impressions I get is that this is kind of like that kind of classic blue-collar Wisconsin football. Ground and pound, let's block, move some bodies, and just run. But they've been very creative, and that Mitchell Thompson is a real deal. A lot of athleticism. So I guess you just stick to what you know, but man, don't be afraid to do that play action, because that play action is going to be big. Because Aquinas is really honing in on that running game. They do not want that running game to break out at all.
And I think for Kiwani, you want to stop here. You got to kick off.
Get that ball back.
Get that ball back. You don't not necessarily need a 3 and out, but get that ball back and make sure that you are controlling the game a bit.
Yeah, you know, even if you got to go scoreless in this third quarter, that's fine. But yeah, just set that tone, get that momentum, and get it right away. Aquinas, looking on that sideline, you're holding on to a 2-point lead, but you know, at this point, it's anybody's ball game. But you got a deep roster, you got a lot of playmakers. So maybe this is where you try to see if you can run down this Kiwani defense by bouncing it to the outside. Have a lot of play action. Your passing game hasn't really, if you ask me, it's been kind of underperforming deep downfield. You had Consemius, 2 catches, 60-some yards, 70-some yards?
67. And 55
Why aren't you?
of that.
You should be explaining that more. You know, get those guys streaking downfield. Open it up a little bit. And then once you start spraying out this defense more and more, just start pounding the ball. Wear them down. But this is a whole nother animal of a defense.
And also, the only thing I would think there is that it is tough to catch a cold football.
Absolutely.
It's like catching, you hear him say it in the NFL sometimes, but it really is true. It's like catching a rock.
Yep, absolutely. And we're underway. Number 36 with the big foot. Kicks it downfield, and kicks gobbled up by Kyle White. Music is still playing loud. Gets dragged down just short of the 40-yard marker.
Consemius returns the ball for Aquinas.
Consemius
to the 37-yard line.
Brings it to the 37-38-yard line, and that's where the Blue Goals are going to start. And the announcer finally turning the music off. You know, if I was in Colby, I would be getting yelled at and yelled at and yelled at. Matt, turn that gosh darn music down.
I think Coach Hagan would be yelling at you from the other side
Hagan
of the field.
would be just yelling at me from downfield, and I would get called to the principal's office the next day. On a Saturday, no less. Flatmeyer flushed out of the pocket, running out of space, and he's going to get brought down. Big time tackle there by number 22, Owen Carlson. My favorite of that defense.
That was your guy, 12.
No way. It was. Wait. DeMario Echoes, it is my guy. Top leading tackler, second sack of the season. Well, when I say season, I can include postseason. That's his second sack. Second down and long for the Blue Golds. I really thought that was Owen Carlson. I'm sorry. Blitz, screen pass, completed. Hargrove up the sideline. Brought down out of bounds by Mitchell Thompson. And Aquinas makes short work and gets that first down at the 50-yard line. First and 10 Blue Golds. I love that first down marker graphic on the scoreboard. It's a ref next to the first down marker guy. Handoff up the gut. Breaks free. Hargrove fights past that 40-yard marker. He's not done. 11-yard gain.
Tackled by number 3, Thomas Stengel.
A very beautiful field here from Wood Trust Bank. Here at the Southwood County Stadium.
Brand new. Turf's just
yeah, you were telling me that.
Old.
Yeah, they're like, enough of that grass.
And home for one more year. The 8-player state championship game tomorrow.
Fantastic. That's a fast field when it's 8-man play. Flatmeyer's all by himself. Dumps it off. Screen pass. And it's going to be still moving the ball. Finally to the 25-yard line. Dragging the pile is David Malin. Malin or Malin?
I believe it's Malin.
Tackled by number 15.
Well, we're going to stick with it. Potato.
If we're wrong, correct us in the comments.
Potato. Let's call the whole thing off. First down, Blue Golds.
And we talked a bit about going downfield, but they haven't had to yet. The screens are working.
There were some defensive linemen. As soon as they saw Flatmeyer roll or bounce it back, they backpedaled and they're like, "Where is that guy?" And he was on the left-hand side. Got big gains, and it's going to go to Malin. Can't get any wiggle room on the running game. A 5-yard loss, dragged to the 30-yard line. Second down and 15 for the Blue Golds.
And that was just pure reading the play right.
Kiwani is like, finally a running play we can stop.
Downside is, last time they had second and 15, it was a 16-yard gain on a
screen pass. That screen pass has been lethal.
So it is Malin.
Malin?
Yep.
Well, thank you, you two commenter.
Daniel, we'll go CL-M. We'll give him credit.
Malin? Malin. Flatmeyer drops back to pass. Fires downfield. Completed. Malin. We just learned your last name. Finally brought down by the quarterback, Thompson. No, correct me, by Isaac Shields at about the 15-yard line, and that's going to be a first down. Just like what Steve was talking about last time, they were backed up. They found a big-time play, and they found it.
And that's, again, one of those plays that makes Aquinas so dangerous. They get in a second and long, and for a lot of teams, that's ball game for a drive. For them, no big deal.
Yeah, they just say, like, well, who should I go to? 6 foot and whatever? Handoff is going to go to Malin. Not much going. Whoa, and a late flag is thrown.
There's a flag on the play.
Number 84 Sawyer Prebick on the stop. And we're going to see who the flag is on. It was late. Referees are mumbling something, or he's like, "Where did you get your earmuffs from?" And he's like, "Oh, from the store." And he's like, "Well, did you know those muffs were for sale?" Looking at the other referees. "No, I didn't know they were for sale." And he's like, "Fine, whatever. You keep your muffs."
I'm trying to see what it is.
One guy's in a full neck garb. Guy's in the middle, he's still just trying to figure out, like, where'd that flag go? No, you threw it here.
I think they're figuring out where to mark it from.
Well, don't you remember where he left it last? 1. And there he goes. He's walking it. No call yet. And an unsportsmanlike call, and that's kind of what I figured, but I didn't see anything. Maybe if you pause the YouTube live link and rewind, maybe somebody in the comments can find it. Or if you're like me, you're like, I'm over it. First down. Hargrove cuts it up the middle. Spin move, fights it to the end zone. Touchdown, Aquinas. Big time block there by Damian Lee. Help Hargrove spring loose. He was roping into the outside, and then he cuts it into the middle, and a spin move. Leans over the goal line. Touchdown, Blue Golds. 8 minutes and 44 seconds. 20 points on the board.
And this is a big 2-point conversion here for the Blue Golds.
Huge. My best Donald Trump impersonation. Huge.
And it's that bunch.
Flaumeyer's out in the flat, and it's a Wildcat. Hargrove hands it off to White. Fires it, and it is broken up.
Good job. It's 36.
Number 36 breaks it up. That's Maddox Miller.
As he did not bite on the run. He stayed with his guy and was right there.
Lots of purple jerseys in that end zone. It was hard to see the receiver. Great pass defense. And, you gave up the touchdown, but man, oh man, just like what Steve was saying, big 2-point swing, knocked out, and you only held him to 20. So now it's only an 8-point game. 8 minutes and 44 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Blue Golds strike on the opening kickoff of the second half with 20. Storm 12.
Yeah, that was a 9.
Steve's adding it up, manning the camera, looking at the live feed. Looks back at the camera. Back to the live feed.
Oh, it's
about like an 8 or 9 play drive.
Yep.
2 miscues on the offense. Didn't matter. Basically, it was a lot of passing and hardy screenplays. Moved them downfield. Too easy. Flatmeyer. Boom! Kicks it downfield. Lands at the 10. Fake handoff. Swinging it around. Number 9 gets him roped down. Trenton Barr with the stop. Maddox Miller was just trying to see if he could get himself some breathing room, but Trayton Bear, another 6-foot dude on this squad, not fooled and brings him down.
And that's the risk you take with doing a little bit of trickeration there on the kickoff, is that it slows you down a bit.
You kind of want to see if you could just fight back for that 20-yard line and then some. Just run. Pitch to the outside to Owen. Almost gets the ball stripped out and then just smushed. About a half-yard gain. Second down. Looks like that was going to be stuffed by Henry Suddy? Sweetie Suddy? Senior at 6'2", 215.
And Carlson did a good job breaking off of that, but he kind of got knocked off balance and he couldn't.
It looked like somebody was trying to rip that ball out, and he was just like, hey, get out of here. And then, like you said, he was a little off balance. And actually, he's back. He's on the sideline. He's getting some cramp work done. Handoff goes up the middle, and it's like not a whole lot going. It gets driven back. Looks like Hargrove on the stop.
Hargrove and
Damian Lee.
SoCon for the carry for Kiwani. Tackle for a short gain.
SoCon on the carry. Couldn't quite see who was on that carry. It was just like really tight formation and like no gain on a play. Third down and long for the Storm. You can see if they can keep it going here. Thompson throws it out to Hernandez. Makes a man miss. Fights for that first down marker, and he is real close. About a yard short. 4th down.
Mitchell Thompson's pass to Jesse
And
Morales.
now
Sorry, about 2 yards. 2 yards? No, a yard.
Yard short.
Holy smokes. Jesse Morales Hernandez was real close. Man, 4th down and short. Short to go. What do you do?
You know, it's an interesting decision because very similar to what Aquinas was able to do earlier. You've got your speedy quarterback and also as your punter. But do you take the risk here? And no, now they're going to switch out the punt unit.
The coach was like, eh. And Kiwani is signaling they're going to punt. This is really short. I swear they just moved that ball marker even closer to that 1st down marker. You can't. It's beyond overlap. Will we see a direct snap to one of the running backs? Nope. High snap. Punts it away. Nobody in the backfield. And is going to take a stormy bounce. Rolls to the 15-yard line, and that's where the ball's going to rest. Excellent punt there by Mitchell Thompson.
The ball down at the 15-yard line where Aquinas will take
Looks like it was down by agent number 11, Jackson Wisnicki. And that is where the Blue Golds are going to start on the 15-yard marker. 1st down, Aquinas.
Floatmeyer now 8 of 9, 140 and a touchdown.
140? Unbelievable. That kid, he's got an arm. There's another tight ball game going on the other side of the chain link fence by the concession stands. A bunch of little kids doing some backyard ball. Anyway, back to this one. Under the Friday Night Lights. Busts a move. Hargrove. Maline. Shaking big, making people miss. Gets it to the 30-yard line. 15-yard scamper. 1st down, Blue Golds. Getting back to some good ball, or getting back to some good field position for Aquinas now.
And kind of getting back to what was working for them there in the first half, where they were, running the ball pretty well.
Exactly. Flottmeyer going to roll to his left, looking downfield, near sideline. Gets it to Conzamias. I said his name right. Pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard marker. Another 10-yard gain. 1st down, Blue Golds. They are driving.
And I think they've, we saw it a bit against last week too, where they kind of feel out, try a couple different things in the first half, then they figure out what's working and just start hitting it.
Yeah, and kind of like you're 18 years old and you're late for the movies and you're hitting the gas and you're not letting up. Low snap, Flottmeyer fake handoff. Lobs one deep downfield looking for 17, and he stumbles on his own feet. Incomplete. Peyton Colleen. Colin? Number 2, Peyton. Tight on the coverage. Incomplete.
17?
Looking for Logan Becker. Freshman on this squad. 5 minutes and 21 seconds in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that was not a bad try there on 1st down. Take a shot.
Lost his footing there. Couldn't run through that pattern to reach the ball. But anyway, 2nd down and 10. Hargrove gets the call. Bounces it to the outside. And a couple of Storm defensemen bounce on top of him. 3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 3 to go for Aquinas. Some Kiwani fans saying, "Yeah, announcer, how about you announce the holding?" It's some fun fandom atmosphere on this sideline right now. Flottmeyer rolling to his right. Look at the run, but he guns it instead. Pass completed. Keeps it in bounds just by his tippy toes. Thomas Stengel was on the coverage, and he just can't believe it. He figured he was all the way out of bounds, but nope. Now it's going to be a pass completed at about the 30-ish yard line, close to the 40-yard marker.
And that's not a pass many high school quarterbacks can complete.
Nope, threaded the needle to get that kid out of bounds so he wouldn't get hit. Kyle White blasts up the middle, gets it to the 35-yard marker. Second down and short to go.
And another.
They are just pouring it on now.
I think the problem is they've got Kiwani a little confused on what's coming when.
That's what it kind of feels like. Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
And they're not able to set a single defense.
The Storm is not allowing to get settled here.
Oh.
Kyle White blasts up the middle, picks up the first down marker, and a very late curriculars going on. Steve, I don't know what you saw.
I saw it too. That's one that probably in a regular season game gets called.
Yeah, so a blue gold long after the whistle, some non-football contact does not get called. Handoff goes to White again and roped down. Actually, Moline on the carry and got roped down. I don't know if that was Prebeck.
Tackled by number 16, Isaac Scheiss.
Oh, there you go. Isaac Scheiss was on the stop. There you go. Second down and 11. You can't take those loss of yardage for granted though against this Aquinas team. And you can see that the offensive coordinator that's barking out some calls he's in a boot and a pair of shorts. That is insane. Handoff up the middle. No room for Kyle White.
Number 3, Kyle White, tackled behind Liz.
They're in the white jerseys and he just got whited out.
I have a feeling that there was a blocking misassignment on that one.
Clearly, there was a group of purple jerseys, and they were the purple people eaters. Third down.
Going back to that last play, complicated fella mentioning on the horse collar there. To be a horse collar, you have to reach inside the pads. He grabbed by the shirt and pulled him backwards. Technically not a horse collar. Gets called sometimes.
Awfully close.
Awfully close.
The stadium is just shaking here. Frontmeyer fires it to the outside. Tries to get some blockers and gets brought down. Maddox Mueller busts up the blocking. He fought through 3 blue gold blockers.
Tackled by number 36, Maddox Mueller.
White did not get any wiggle room. Fourth down and 5 to go. And they're going to go for it. And why not? 2 minutes here in the third quarter. It feels like I'm sitting on a washing machine. Frontmeyer rolls to his left. Tries to look downfield. Fires! Pass completed to Consumias. Tries to fight through a tackle for that end zone.
Consumias results in a first down.
And a score-saving tackle by number 2 and number 3. Conley and Stengel does not allow him to get into the end zone. Oh my word. Frontmeyer stood tall in the pocket and was crashing around him, and Prybeck was ready to snuff him out and fires a dart to his number 1 target, Consumias. Now all of a sudden they were facing a fourth down. Now it's first and short to goal. Hargrove gets the carry.
Number 27, Calvin.
And Landon Selner? Yeah, Landon Selner. Way too heavy to drag with. Landon is a big defensive lineman there. Senior, 6'1", 370. And he moves with quickness. He's light on his feet. Great player. Playing the interior. Flatmeyer to Hargrove again, fights, and this time he gets into the end zone. He bounces it to the outside. Touchdown, Aquinas. It was a drive that had a lot of interesting dynamics. You had Kiwani had some big stops, pushed them to third down and long, and even held them to a fourth down, and then you had kind of a controversial extracurricular call, or no call, I should say. But Blue Golds drive and get into the end zone. Now they're going to go for 2. The coaches were doing jumping jacks, so I don't know what play that means. Direct snap to Hargrove. And you know what? You're not going to stop him with arm tackles. or even try to rope him around the ankles, and that was what Mitchell Thompson was trying to do right there. Fights right through it, gets the 2-point conversion. Now, all of a sudden, the Blue Golds got 28 to Kewaunee 12.
And, you know, that drive, 13 plays, 85 yards.
Just a grinder. That's going to tire out a defense.
And not only, you got to consider the fact that they scored. Kiwani went 3 and out, and then it was a 7-play drive, then a 13-play drive with 4 plays in between.
Yeah.
That's gonna
make you tired.
So,
just a masterful drive for the Blue Golds, and they basically eliminated this entire quarter. Essentially. So now 55 seconds remaining here until we get into the last quarter. Blue Golds got themselves a double-digit lead now, 28-12.
Number 4, Jackson Flatmeyer's on.
The Storm looking to see if they can brew up some lightning. See if they can just thunder their way downfield. Flatmeyer kicks it high into the air. Lands at the 15-yard line, and that is where Owen is going to get started. Loses the ball, hits the turf, and I don't know who landed on top of it, and it looks like, yeah, there's a bunch of white jerseys right on top of it. Slow to get up is Carlson.
At the 40-yard line.
Just a kick in the nuggets right there with a fumble, a rare fumble by Jesse Morales-Hernandez. No, sorry, by a rare fumble by Owen Carlson. 800 yards on the season with 12 touchdowns. Had only 1 fumble to his name all season, Steve. But then on the kickoff right here, tries to turn his way out of tackle, but it just gets ripped out. All of a sudden, I'm just having flashbacks to the Colby game when Colby would get a big drive going and then gets ripped out. The Blue Golds know how to get that ball out.
And this might be one where they look to go for a dagger.
They are going in for the kill.
And now I think lineup issues for Aquinas, they're going to have to take a timeout.
Coaches are bringing the gold helmets back to the sideline to say, like, hey, we got to talk about this, guys. So right now we're sitting with, oh boy, they put the timeout clock on the board. I don't know how much time is left.
It's about 47 seconds.
Okay, there's just less than 50 seconds left here in your ball game. Do we got time for a timeout? Or you know what? We're going to stay. Are you ready for this?
One more quarter.
What do we got for comments so far in the live stream, Steve?
More than I can keep track of.
Well, let's read some.
Complicated fellow. Looks like sunny skies at the moment, holding off the storm. He is definitely an Aquinas fan. BB Jones, Gold Blue Golds. Brent Peterson, that man has the dog in him.
Who's got the dog?
I didn't say, just said that guy's got the dog in him.
Woof, woof. Wait, which guy? I want to know.
Peyton correction on Conley.
Conley.
Thank you for the great.
All right, here we go. The Blue Golds coming back onto the field. 5 wideouts. Fires it over to Hargrove. He got a couple of blockers. Cuts in. Still running. Tackled. Still going. Finally brought down short of the 10-yard line. Looks like at about like the 12-yard line is where he's going to get down, and slow to get up is Jesse Morales-Hernandez. And they're saying, hey, you better come out. He's still... Oof, he is, he's a big-time running back, too. 9 touchdowns and 675 yards so far on the season for that young man, senior, for this team. And he is favoring his knee, sitting on his back. And it's, yeah, we're going to see how this turns out. We'll stay right here.
Yeah, 36 seconds left, and he kind of got rolled up at the bottom of that pile. And
that's what I mean. And, you know, you're not seeing so much throughout this game for cramping or whatever.
Actually,
but it seems like and we were kind of talking about that with, like, you know, you try to make those cuts and twists, and then all of a sudden you have a bunch of bodies lining on top of you. Nah, it's no bueno. Comes up, slow to get up. Coach is holding on to him. giving him a few words of encouragement. And he's coming off field. We'll see if he gets back into the ball game, but it looks like his knee got dinged a little bit hard on that one. He's walking a little bit better right now. Taking a look at the various fan bases as I compare, a strong showing for both schools, but Kiwani, this is a long road trip for them. Lots of fans over here.
Yeah, coming all the way over from the Lake Michigan shore.
That's what I mean. So, long story short, I actually lived in that area for about a year or two. I was working in Mishicot. Great, between Mishicot, Two Rivers, Kiwani, anything south of Manitowoc. Man, that is beautiful country. Love being near Lake Michigan. That's pretty cool. But, yeah, far drive for them. But, man, this fan base, great travelers. That's really cool to see.
And it looks like Aquinas is going to let the clock run down.
Yep, that's not the timeout clock that's ticking. That's the actual game clock. 1, there you go. 3 quarters in, 1 more to go. The Blue Golds hanging on, not hanging on, have the lead with 28 over the Kiwani Storm with 12.
Wisconsin tradition for the start of the fourth quarter.
I absolutely feel that Tiger Lily is getting a great education with RVA. She is challenged and she's not bored. She enjoys her classwork.
I love the teachers. The teachers are the best part. My teachers are very friendly and they're easy to reach out to when I need help with the assignments. The teachers are always there when you need help.
What I love about RVA is the flexibility first, but second is that Tiger Lily is so happy with this school, with her teachers, and with what she's learning. It's awesome.
Forward being a mutual, it's a great opportunity for customers that bank with us because it allows us to make decisions for the long term, for our community, for our customers, and for our employees. We're not driven for profit, as most companies are, so we can make decisions that are good for our communities, our employees, and our depositors, and that's very unique.
Welcome back, everybody. As we kick off the fourth quarter, Aquinas is close to the goal line. Rachel Seidel, happy Friday back at you. 3 exclamation marks, but frown face, you're watching from work. TGIF, Rachel. Aquinas is knocking on the doorstep to blow this game wide open. Handoff goes to Kyle White. Gets stood up, but not until he leans and get an extra yard. Fights to the 4-yard line. Second down, brought down by Sawyer Prybeck. Big time tackler. The leading tackler at 5'10", 195 pounds. Big fella, bigger heart. Here we go. Second down. Swings it to the outside. Runs to the corner. Kanzamias gets it to the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Golds. Bing, bam, boom. The Blue Golds put on the speed and just spread this Kiwani defense out too thin.
And that's going to be a tough one. Kiwani's going to need to score quick here on this drive.
If they want to keep this in firing distance, they got to, you're absolutely right, they got to thunder back. 34-12. Just under 11 minutes remaining. Not just in the fourth quarter, but the entire ball game. Blue Gold's going to go for 2. They don't know what a kicker is. Flatmeyer rolls out to his left, looking into the end zone. Everybody's covered. And he fires into traffic, and it's off the hands of the would-be receiver. I don't know if it was Kyle White or Kanzamias that he was trying to find, but either way, not completed. 2-point conversion is no bueno. That's Spanish for no good. Blue Golds strike again. Your score, 34. The Kiwani Storm, 12. Storm is looking to see if they can brew something up here. Going to receive the kickoff now. Consumias.
Yeah.
I don't know why somebody keeps saying that. Jason Weber, I said it right.
We slip up a little bit. Like I said, these are two teams we don't see that often, so you get into the habit a little bit with some names. But
Sorry,
thank you
Jason.
guys.
Sorry, Jason Weber. Oh, I'm sorry, Weber. I'm just kidding, Jason. I have had my name mispronounced my entire life.
I mean, we've got some fun ones.
I know. Steve, it took me 2 years to learn your name, Akinek, and Omikin.
I had to set up a special spell check thing for that one.
For yours or mine?
Yours.
I know, kidding. Omission. Omikin. Oh, and it gets fumbled on the kickoff. Spin move. Makes a guy miss and fights past the 30-yard line. Wow, that was a dangerous kickoff there for Thomas Stengel. Thornton brings him to a stop, but what a would-be disastrous fumble there on the kickoff. Stengel makes it into a decent gain. Great ball location here for the Storm on the 33-yard line. 4 wideouts, 3 on the near sideline, 1 on the far side. He's got a tailback next to him is Mitchell Thompson. Here's the snap. Looks to his left. He's locked in. He's trying to find a receiver. Looks back to his right. Dumps it over the middle to 84, and he drops it. I believe he made a football move. That was Sawyer Prybeck. And they're going to count it. About a 12 or 13-yard pass there. Great connection. He had all day. Big gain there. That's just what Kiwani needed. Quick dump pass out to the outside to Connolly. Hargrove brings him to a stop, and it's going to be second down. Gain about 2. Second down and 8. Here's the snap. Draws back to pass as Mitchell Thompson fires a deep ball downfield. Oh, no!
Thompson's pass falls incomplete.
Incomplete. It was right in the breadbasket to number 36, Maddox Miller. Miller. Maddox hits him in the breadbasket, and it goes incomplete. Man, that was a great pass right on the money.
That is one that if he lets it come down a little bit more, I think he catches it, but he tried to go up and pull it in.
Yeah, no, it was all over his shoulder, kind of a weird pass. Mitchell Thompson is flushed out of the pocket, runs up the middle, makes a couple of men miss. He's running fast, but he gets tripped up by Zachary Moline. Big gain there for the Storm. A couple of yards short of the 30-yard marker. First down, Storm. Kiwani is dialing up. It's almost like they heard Steve give that suggestion of that he's got to score fast.
And he had to run away from Damian Lee, who got past his guy and was coming in for the sack. And
exactly. That guy's got great pocket awareness. Here's the snap. Mitchell flushed out of the pocket again. Keeps the play alive and throws it low. Thomas Stengel gets it.
Number 3 is caught by Thomas Stengel.
A great heads-up pass by Mitchell Thompson to protect his receiver.
First down at the 18-yard line.
And a great adjustment by Stengel. First down, Storm.
I don't know if it was intentional, but it threw it low where only his guy could get to it.
Yeah, exactly. Great heads-up play. Thompson, not done yet in the air. Right through the hands
Sawyer Prybeck falls incomplete.
of number 44.
Covered right, number 1, Colin
Sawyer Prybeck.
Looks like was that number 44 or 40? No, that was 44, Isaac Benz.
No, 84, Sawyer Prybeck.
Oh, sorry, Sawyer Prybeck. Pass incomplete. Second down and 10. Hey, guess what? Jesse Morales-Hernandez back in the ball game.
Good
Well,
sign
he
to
was in
see.
the ball game, now he's back out again. 4 wideouts now, 3 on the near sideline, 1 at the top. Caleb Schaller is at the top. Thompson looks his way, sheds it off, and trying to look for Prebeck.
84 falls incomplete from Mitchell Thompson.
Kiwani sideline was kind of looking at Moline, hanging on to him a little bit, but no call on that play. That was a dart. That ball was coming in hot, and Prebeck couldn't make the adjustment there to try to snag it in.
He was definitely, for sure, held. Probably.
Steve, call him for what it is.
He was for sure held a little bit. Whether it was enough to draw a flag in a state semifinal is another question.
That's true. They're letting the kids play, is what you're trying to say?
Yep.
Spread formation right here. Thompson fires it. Prebeck gets it. Moline brings him down at the 10. Just short of the first down marker. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and short to go. 4th and 2? Or a long one? Well, if it's 4th down and 1, it's a very long one.
About 1 3/4.
1.75 yards to go. Come on, guy. Pick a yard marker. Well, it looks like the ball is on the 10. They got to get to about the 11 3/4. Here we go. This is the drive right here. And it's going to be... That was Jesse Morales-Hernandez fighting his way. Gets the first down and more. Oh, it was Owen Carlson.
22, not 21.
Oh, my gosh. They all start with 2. He gets the first down and more. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards on the play. First down and very close goal to go. About 4 yards to go to pay dirt. Kiwani looking to see if they can respond back here. Thompson under center. Sends Owen into motion. Handoff to 42. Thompson trying to push him in. Kevin Zokon.
42, Kevin Zokon, attempt for the 2-point conversion.
That's a great last name, Zokon. Doesn't get much going there. Maybe about a half-yard gain, and it's going to be 2nd down and 3 to go. Kiwani is looking to punch this in. Tight formation. That looks just like the one Colby's been running all season. But enough about Colby. Let's talk about the Storm. Off the gut. Touchdown, Kiwani. Owen Carlson jumps over the pile. Gets it into the end zone. And that's going to put up 18. A much-needed score with a hearty 7 minutes left in the ball game.
And we get another very big 2-point conversion coming here.
Absolutely. Because then you're only down 14. If my math serves me correct.
But they're not. They're going to take the points, maybe.
Well, because quick math here, Steve. If they get this extra point, that's 19.
They're down 15. So it's 2 scores either way. They're going to need a 2-point conversion at some point.
Kick is up. And it's good. Good job there by number 3, Thomas Stengel. Kiwani answers back. 7 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here in your ball game. Kiwani Storm still trying to fight uphill against the Aquinas Blue Golds. Aquinas 34, Kiwani 19.
And this is going to be another interesting decision for Kiwani. You've got 3 timeouts, 7:17 left. Do you try something sneaky on the kickoff?
Why would you try something sneaky on the kickoff?
Steal
I think you would want to. I think you want to try to onside this thing. I really do, because quite honestly, you're already down 2 big scores. But you know what? You get this ball back right away. The fandom is going to erupt. They're going to be flipping cars in the parking lot, and then you get to turn around, get a quick score. Then you got a different ball game.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of what ifs.
We've talked a lot about Colby. Talk about one of the teams that plays here last year in a playoff game, level 2. Very similar feel. Wisconsin Rapids down big early to Middleton. Came all the way back in the 4th quarter on some big defensive plays.
So you're saying
there's a little magic in this field.
Aquinas is waiting for the onside, and they pooch it over. And the ball's on the ground, and they're still fighting for it. Oh, my gosh. That was a great kick because they kicked it over the recovery team that was double lined right there in the first 10 yards. And it was bobbled by Kyle White, but then he jumps on it just at the last minute as the purple jerseys bear down on him.
And that was exactly what you wanted out of that play, but Aquinas able to recover quickly.
You know, that's not... Actually, this didn't turn out too bad because the ball is going to be spotted at the 24-yard line. Not bad. But here we go. Kiwani's got to come up with a big defensive stop right now. Crazy movement up front. Isaac Schumacher looked like was the culprit. Early movement up there in the interior. And that's going to bring up a repeat of first down, but first down and 15. Student section screaming, you can't do that. It's a friendly reminder. It is against the rules.
Kanzamias all the way out here, right on the sideline.
Handoff is going to go up the middle. Hargrove bounces it to the outside. Streaks upfield past the 30-yard marker. Brought down by Mitchell Thompson and Matthew Boder Jr. on the Storm squad. And it's a gain of a lot. All of a sudden they are in not a first and long, it's a second and short.
Final Regis and Bangor. Regis 43, Bangor 7.
Oh my gosh. Regis punching their ticket into dominating fashion going to the state game.
I think after losing last year in level 4, they wanted to make sure they did it this year.
They got angry. Flatmeyer looking around. High snap. Fumbled a little bit, and here come the Storm. Mitchell Thompson. Actually, no, I was about to say quarterback on quarterback play right there, but actually it was number 16, Isaac Shields, that streaked in and roped down Flatmeyer.
And Kiwani takes a timeout to preserve clock here, I think.
Third down and 9 to go. And a very rare miscue there on the offense. Like Flatmeyer juggled it a little bit and then was trying to figure out like where this ball had to go. And then Isaac streaks in, ropes him down.
I think it was, the problem was with the high snap, their running game is so timing based that as soon as that snap was high and he couldn't get it down,
it was already off time.
It was already off time, and the backs passed him and he couldn't get it to him, so he just kind of had to accept fate.
Exactly right. Steve's equipment is just shaking. This Kiwani fan base they are pumped. They are not all discouraged by the score so far.
And we really didn't think about this too much, and somebody mentioned in the comments, this is East Coast versus West Coast of Wisconsin, really.
Hey, that's fun.
Aquinas about as close to the west, only about half a mile off the Mississippi River there.
Kiwani backs off a little bit. Flatmeyer rolling out to his left. He flushes out of the pocket, streaks to the line of scrimmage, and driven out of bounds. Looks like Prebeck and company were on the stop right there.
And he gets nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Actually, it was Prebeck and, Isaac Shields went from one side of the field to the other to catch up with Flatmeyer. Speed for speed, fourth down and long. Just what the doctor ordered for if you're a Storm fan.
And he went out of bounds and stopped the clock.
Absolutely. 6 minutes and 7 seconds. Flatmeyer. Punt is away. Goes past. Oh, no. Goes past Owen Carlson. And did he knock it back? I guess he did. How about that? Kicks it to the 2-yard line. Oh, my gosh. Owen Carlson was just kind of hoping and expecting that ball to roll into the end zone, but streaking downfield, I believe that was Kyle White or Kanzamias. Somebody fast streaked down there and just kicked it right back. And now Kiwani has been given another chance to score, but man,
They got a long way to go.
they got a heck of a long way to go. How many
Aquinas
yards?
did it earlier today, 98.
Yeah, 98 yards. You're right. The Blue Golds did it before, but can the Storm? Early movement, but no call. And Mitchell Thompson avoids getting a safety and fights his way. He loses about a yard. I didn't know that was possible. A yard on the play, and the ball's going to be spotted at the 1.
I mean, that was
weird.
I think the ball got snapped before Thompson was ready. He's lucky he held on to it.
Honestly. He's got a wide out on either side of him. Drops back. Look at the pass. Rainbows it. Over the shoulder pass.
Good defense there.
I was to say, pass is incomplete. He was trying to get it over to Caleb Schaller, it looks like. But you're right. It was great defense right there. Not nearly intercepted, but could have been. 3rd down and 11. Oh, man, just like that. That went fast. All of a sudden, you're facing a 3rd down and long.
And you really can't try anything too deep because you've always got to worry about Damian Lee coming off the end.
I was to say, whatever kind of halftime adjustments they made, they've been able to kind of keep Damian Lee out of the broadcast here where he was being mentioned quite a bit in the first half. And Thompson tries to find a receiver, but he's going to get chased and brought down, and it's a safety. The announcer's curse strikes again. Damian Lee, heard me talking about him, gets through on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage as Mitchell Thompson was working his way to his left, and Damian Lee just brings him down. And that is kind of a backbreaker. 2 points added on to the total for the Blue Golds. They got 36 to Storm 19. 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
And Kiwani has to kick.
Yeah.
That's the bigger kicker. The 2 points does a little bit of a change there. Obviously now it's a 3-possession game. But the bigger one is now they've got to kick it. And bare minimum, the Blue Golds are going to be able to, if they can hold the Blue Golds, they can use their 2 timeouts. Still going to have down under 4 minutes, probably down under 4 minutes to play.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, then you don't have any timeouts on offense. It's a tough road. It's not impossible, but
So now, is it a kickoff style, or can they punt it?
It's a kickoff in high school. College and pro, you have to punt it.
Why is that?
I think it's just not to be too, because some teams just make it a little bit more fair in high school because not all teams have somebody that can punt it.
Yeah. Steve is cut short because here comes the pooch kick. And it's a fair catch by Hargrove. It was worth the effort, worth the try. Blue Golds are going to be coming out in excellent field position right in Storm territory. And it's going to be spotted at the 41-yard line.
Yep.
42-yard line.
And this is now where I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Hargrove.
Yeah, and I wouldn't blame Aquinas at all. That kid's been running angry the whole entire game.
17 carries, 115 yards, 3 touchdowns.
What is it now?
17 carries, 115 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Highly productive game by him. Ball goes to Hargrove, just like what Steve was saying. Ball sits to the outside, breaks the tackle. Breaks another tackle. He's still running. Lowers the shoulder. Finally brought to a stop, but not before he gets himself to the 14-yard line. To the 15-yard line. First down, Blue Golds. It is remarkable to see how this kid can run.
That's his longest run of the game. 27.
5'8" at 170 pounds, and he runs like a runaway freight train. Flatmeyer looking around. Awaits the snap. Goes to Hargrove again. Gets stood up by Thompson. And who else helped him on that one? Yeah, by Thompson and Sawyer Prebeck.
Couple more teams advancing. West De Pere beats Kewaunee 26-7, so they advance. That's D2.
Congrats!
Kewaunee over Sussex Hamilton 47-21.
Poof.
So that
Big
sends Kewaunee back to state.
Welcome back. Who's their mascot?
I'm not sure now that I think about it.
Well, me may never know. Number 28 with the run.
Is Mr. Moline.
I was going to say Malin again. Moline. Third down and short now for the Blue Golds. They're within striking distance here to see if they can put themselves a dagger in this ball game.
And the bigger thing right now is keeping that clock running.
Yeah, absolutely. So now there is no play clock, right?
There is a play clock, but it's not on the field. So the back judge will put the hand up like he just did. And they're running late. They might have to waste a timeout here.
Oh, here we go. Now all of a sudden they're like, we better go.
Get it off, but...
Oh, Hargrove gets hit hard. It's fourth down, no gain on the play. Whoa, and there is a Blue Gold slow to get up.
I think that might be Hargrove.
Hargrove got hit hard. Somebody got a full head of steam on him, and that might have been the first time all year he got tipped over backwards.
And Kiwani will take their second timeout on fourth down. We do know who they'll be playing, whoever wins this game. Mayville does get the win 26-21 over Prairie du Chien, so it'll be...
Wow!
If score holds here, it'll be Aquinas Mayville for a state title in D5 on Thursday.
Hey, how about that? Mayville fights through that tight ball game.
And I believe Mayville, if I remember right, Mayville was there last year.
They were?
It was Mayville. I believe it'll be a rematch.
Ay, ay, ay. How about that? Yeah. Hey, what are you guys doing here? If I saw you last year.
Still looking for other scores. Mondovi beats Darlington 14-7 to advance.
Oh, fantastic. Mondovi. They got a great sports pedigree over there in that
Very
school
good
district.
quarterback.
Flatmeyer, speaking of quarterbacks, shotgun formation. Gets a snap, pitches it. It's been a play that's been working all season. Runs out of bounds and runs into the referee. Kanzamias
So that
is short.
Technically is a pass.
It is? Because it got thrown
Pitched it
forward? Ha! Ball's going to be spotted at the 2-yard line. So maybe that's why Kanzamias has got all of those receiving yards, too. I mean, he is a great deep threat as well.
So they was expecting him to come out in that bunch. Wild
Kyle White in the backfield, and he gets the call. And it's a scrum at the goal line. Touchdown, Blue Golds. And there is your dagger.
So 42-19, and it's a game that doesn't feel like 42-19.
It's, the way that this game played out, this score does not reflect that. It doesn't feel, because somebody that's going to be looking at scrolling through their phone, they're going to be like 42-19. But as you witnessed on this game, man, it was hard fought.
Low-scoring game. Kettle Moraine advances 7-0 over Brookfield Central.
Man!
Kettle Moraine at one point was third place in their own conference. They won 3 in a row to end the year to kind of get themselves into a position to share their conference title.
Nice.
Flags on the 2-point conversion. But some big upset wins for them, too. So
Steve is a great resource. So that's why these Sports on Focus broadcasts are so great. I don't know how he does it. He does a lot of travel, He reads a lot of scores. Spends a lot of time looking at screens with the sports, but Steve's also got extremely good recall. So if I ever have a sports question, I usually text Steve. And when he is stumped on one, it's a very tough question. And possibly the internet might not even know. Flatmeyer's going to roll out to his left. Looking, passes opposite. Actually down center. Kanzamias gets the catch and the 2-point conversion. Helps a Storm member up. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in your ball game. Blue Golds 44. Kewaunee Storm 19.
10 in the fourth quarter. Aquinas 44.
So, assuming that we don't see something absolutely insanely miraculous, looks like we're heading to, like you said, the Blue Gold. I'm going to look that up, make sure I'm right on that.
This is about the time when you're one of those football players, like you're toasty warm from your ankles up. Typically, the first thing that gets cold on you, your toes. And I don't know why the human body is designed that way.
Yeah, Aquinas beat Mayville 28-26 last year in the state title game. So there will be a rematch.
What a close
in
matchup.
P5. That might be one worth, depending on other scores. If we
you stopped yourself short in that thought.
Oh, to getting down there for that one, but you got to remember, girls basketball starts Tuesday.
Yeah, I was going to say, Colby's first game on Thursday. It's going to be the Colby Hornets opening up play. The Lady Hornets taking on Greenwood.
Is that Thursday or Friday? Pretty sure that's Friday because we were planning on being there.
Oh, there you go. Okay, well, end of the week, should I say. DeMario Eccles, top tackler for this squad, gets the kickoff, runs it just short of the 40-yard marker.
Yeah. We got games Tuesday, possibly Thursday, depending on if we're down in Madison.
Football or basketball?
Basketball.
Where are you going to go?
We got Owen Withy at Athens on Tuesday.
Ooh.
If we're not down in Madison, we've got Hayward versus Medford on Thursday.
Nice.
First game coaching for Mr. Frank.
For Medford?
For Medford, new head coach there.
Oh, debut. Deep downfield. Mitchell Thompson tries to find Maddox Miller. Goes incomplete. You know, even being a high ball like that, turning into a jump ball in tight coverage, he got a hand on it. It could have been brought down. Maybe. Those are always hard balls to catch.
And then Friday, obviously, if I'm right on that, we'll check and make sure. But another score, Kimberly 42, Bayport 21. Kimberly going back to state.
Hey, way to go, Kimberly. My big shout out to my brother-in-law. Hails from that area, his old school he used to teach at. Congratulations, Mr. Van Thiel. Oh, pump fake. Stays on his feet. Throws up a prayer. Intercepted. It's going to be intercepted by number 58, Brady Lanier, in your programs, junior on that squad. That was, man, Mitchell Thompson got, he was getting tackled, stays on his feet, didn't get pushed over, and then, yeah, it was finally going to get roped down a second time. Throws up a prayer trying to find, looked like it was Jesse Morales Hernandez or somebody close, but yeah. Brought down by Brady Lanier. Blue Golds hang on to it and going to drain some more clock.
Talking about Kimberly, this is their first time back at state since they won 6 in a row. Almost beat Stratford's 7 in a row record.
Interesting. You know, that was, I believe when Colby was at, oh man, my memory is bad. Either 2009 or 2010, they played Kimberly. Kimberly.
No, they wouldn't have played Kimberly.
I thought they played Kimberly.
Nope.
They played somebody red and white.
Wouldn't have been Kimberly. Kimberly's been D2, D1.
Well, who am I thinking of? Never mind.
As we get some knees here. Yeah, talking about that. But we actually have Colby again on Monday, a week from Monday.
For boys?
For girls. They play Abbotsford.
Oh, always a fun time.
Yep. And then going into the
Colby at Abbotsford?
Abbotsford at Colby.
Finally. Come to the Seatown
I was
house.
going to say, for those of you not aware, those are two schools that are a mile and a half apart.
It is the closest rivalry in the state of Wisconsin, if not of all sports, and somebody could try to prove me wrong on that. They are only separated by a lonely stretch of Highway 13, a little over a mile. They refuse to join or co-op. I was actually part of that. I was part of that exploratory committee to looking for consolidation of the districts.
Yep.
Yeah, it just didn't. No, nobody wanted to budge.
Catholic Memorial going back to state. They beat Two Rivers 20-14.
Oh man, another East Coast school is going to fall short in level 4 play. And the student section thanking the seniors on the Kiwani side. Not Kiwani. Oh my gosh. The Blue Goals looking to down it again. Victory formation. Easy peasy.
And they are going to they're actually going to turn, probably, I think they're going to end up turning this one back over to, there won't be enough time, so they're actually going to turn it over the few seconds left to Kiwani.
Kiwani has one timeout left, but they're not going to use it. 4th down now, and I think
they won't be able to run it out, so Kiwani will get the ball back.
Yep, Yep, wait a minute, what is going on here now? They're marching off field?
Oh, it's not.
They can't hear coach.
Yeah.
So they moved a little bit closer.
And they're going to take a timeout, I think, to run down as much time as possible. And then I don't know if they'll punt or what they'll do here.
Do you remember that game where, oh my gosh, it was Bill Belichick, maybe the Titans?
Yes.
Was it a delay a game?
Yes.
On it was 4th down and they were punting. Didn't they take 3 delay of games and they took off like more than a minute or something like that? It was insane.
Yep, and then actually it was Bill Belichick against the Ravens, and then the Titans did it to him.
Oh, okay, that's where the Titan reference came from. Oh, okay, so I was half right.
Yep. In fact, saw
Harbaugh was screaming like, "How can he get away with this?"
In fact, saw level 2 saw Onalaska take a couple intentional false starts in the running clock to try and keep the clock running a little more. I mean, they're blatant. So they take the knee, so that'll stop the clock. 27 seconds left.
And it's a turnover on downs. Now I'll bring out the Kiwani offense. Kind of curious of what would Kiwani come out with. Do you think they're going to come out guns blazing, or do you think they're going to just let this go tick out?
Maybe take a shot. Or no, the way they're hugging, I think more it's going to be maybe the backups out there. Interesting decision there. You kind of almost give Aquinas a little bit of credit not to just kneel this one out and not try and get the first down.
Sure. Well, you're above 40 points. Yeah. What's the point?
They're going to keep the offense out there.
Thompson under center. Handoff up the middle. Big gain. Nice carry there by Jesse Morales Hernandez. Takes it all the way to the 45-yard marker. Oh, actually to 46. First down, Kiwani. Time is going to tick away. Kiwani is like, you know what, guys? We drove all this way. Let's run one more. And why not? Wideouts on either side. 2 tailbacks in the back. Handoff up the middle to Hernandez again. Another big gain.
And that will do it.
And the scoreboard time is 0 minutes and 0 seconds. 4 quarters in, 4 quarters out. This game is in the books. Level 4 play is going to be won by Aquinas Blue Golds as they defeat the Kiwani Storm. And they will advance to state, where they're going to be taking on Mayville. It is going to be a rematch from last year.
Yep.
Division 5 championship play.
Shiocton, who missed the playoffs last year, will punch their ticket to state in D7. They'll take on Regis.
Shiocton and Regis.
Shiocton missed the playoffs by a game last year.
Interesting.
And they make it this year. West Salem beats on Alaska. So 2 Cooley Conference teams will be at state this year.
How about that? The Driftless Zone, well represented.
Yep, so those are the other 2 we've had in so far. We'll bring you the awards ceremony, and we'll talk to some coaches and to Coach Lee and our... Well, we'll see. We have to nominate a player of the game yet, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like your Bustling Blue Gold Award.
I might say Colin Hardgrove.
Oh, we're gonna call this right now.
I think so. I mean, what's your thought? Because you got Hardgrove, 20 carries, 143 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Jackson Flotmeyer, 14 of 16, 225 yards, and a touchdown.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Consamias, tell me his stats.
Colin Consamias, 5 catches, 103 yards, and a touchdown. Got a lot of options on this one.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, we're going to talk to them all. should add Calvin Hardgrove, 5 catches, 72 yards.
So yeah, here's the thing: is that Flotmeyer would be an easy choice, but and so would Hargrove with like those kind of stats. And sometimes, like if Wade was here, Wade usually tries to find an even keel line between like somebody that had a big bust out play. That's why I asked about Consamias, but I would say Calvin Hargrove, hard hitting, hard running. That's your bustin' blue gold of the game. That is for sure.
And we will talk to him and a whole bunch of blue gold shortly, but we're going to turn it over for the awards presentation. Back in just a few.
Damn, these boots are supposed to keep me warm. My toes got cold. Oh, no, I got to stretch. Dang. 44-19. Yeah. This should make Colby fans sick to their stomach. Because Colby
the team plaques will be presented momentarily.
Oh, really makes you sick to your stomach.
Yeah.
Wait, Matt, we're picking up your audio.
Yeah, we are actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm going to have to put another layer for tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know how you even sat through this one. Like I said, like my toes are cold. And this is supposed to be like, yeah, dang it, Merrill. These are supposed to be like your good winter boots and good socks. I'm going to send you a formal complaint online. Kiwani, though, man.
Please direct your attention to
fan base,
midfield
great
for the
players.
presentation of the Level 4 plaques.
They should hang their heads.
Lincoln High School Athletic
They had a
Director
great
Chris
season.
White and WFCA President Tony Violo will be presenting the plaques. First, our Division 5 Level 4 run-ups. Would Kiwani head coach Randy Charles come forward to receive your Level 4 runner-up plaque?
That's tough.
Yeah.
But it's hardware.
It's hardware.
Because you still, what am I trying to say? This is still a problem moment for this Kiwani program. Like, they had a stacked team.
Congratulations to the Kiwani Storm for an outstanding season.
Called it.
Now for our Division 5 Level 4 champion, would Aquinas Blue Gold's Tom Lee come forward and receive your Level 4 championship plaque?
Steve, losing his balance.
Congratulations to the Aquinas Blue Golds, and best of luck at the WIAA State Championship next Thursday in Madison versus Mayville. Game time is scheduled for 4 p.m.
There you go. Late afternoon game. Going to be mighty cold. Bundle up, everybody.
All right. Let's bring it back quick.
All right. Matt and I are here. We're going to run down onto the field here quick, get some interviews.
Yeah. So there you go. Blue Goats holding up the golden helmets saying, look it, we got a plaque with a first place on it.
Not quite first place yet.
Well, right, not yet.
Not yet. They got a tough Mayville team to play next week. Obviously, that was a close game a year ago.
Our ticket to state is made out of wood and can get hung on a wall.
So
absolutely fantastic. So, Steve, you're going to be running down there finding Hartgrove and somebody else.
A whole bunch. Like I said, we'll talk to a bunch of players here. And as I get everything situated here, make sure everything's working before we head down there. Come on. Check, check. There we go.
Big yelling.
Yep, so I'll head down there. We'll be there in just a moment.
You want me to chit-chat on this at all? No, you're good.
All right, joined by our player of the game, Calvin Hardgrove. Calvin, got to start with the running. 20 carries, 143 yards. What was working?
O-line. O-line was pushing, moving line of scrimmage downfield all night, making holes. I mean, good play calling by our coach, Coach Kramer. And, I mean, our lethal pass game sets up the run for against every team. They're scared of the pass, had to put their safeties back, and the linemen good at blocking and make holes for me.
Obviously, as a team that's known more as a passing team, last week we saw you last week against Colby. This week really kind of focus on the run. Was that an intentional thing, or just where something was working a little better?
It's an intentional thing, I'd say. We're we know that teams are going to come out and try to stop the pass. So, I mean, if they're going to stop the pass, they're going to give us the run. So might as well just use it to our advantage. I mean, we're not teams might think we're a slouchy running team, but just because we haven't used it all year doesn't mean we're bad. So we know how to improve it the past few weeks. So we're a great running team.
Obviously, just was able to tell you rematch with Mayville this week. Any thoughts going into that one?
I'm really excited. They're a great team. They run the ball, and I'm excited. I mean, they ran the ball good against us, and I'm excited to show them that we can stop their run game this year and, bring home another state title for us.
And easiest question to answer, funnest question to ask, you're going to state. How does it feel?
Amazing. I mean, there's nothing like it. I mean, it's an undescribable feeling, honestly. So, I mean, it's awesome.
All right, our player of the game, Calvin Hartgrove. Congrats on the win. We're going to grab a few more players. We'll talk to Coach Lee as well here in just a moment.
Jackson first. Yeah.
All right. Joined by Jackson Flopmeyer. Jackson, 14 of 16, 225 and a touchdown. What was working in the passing game for you guys?
Calvin Hargrove. Calvin Hargrove on offensive line. You get Calvin Hargrove to run the ball the way that he did tonight, that opens up the pass game a lot. And for him to step up like that and play like the way he's played in the playoffs, and our offensive linemen, man, they blocked their tails off and they gave me time to pass the ball. So that's all credit to those guys.
Do have to talk about the fake punt. You guys are pinned deep in your own end. Thought maybe you were just kind of looking for an opening, and then you tuck and run. Was that kind of an option play there, or?
Coach Lee always gives me the option. He'll either give me the signal that it's locked or it's unlocked, and he gave me the unlocked. And usually unlocked means run the Dane ball. And at least in my mind, it might be in his mind too. But in my mind, I'm tucking that thing and running. And so that fake punt, a big play, many big plays in that game. That was just a small play that happened, and that led to bigger stuff.
And then, obviously, I don't know if you know yet, but it's Mayville. Mayville won as well, so you get a rematch with them. Any thoughts going into that game?
Great team. Those guys fight like we do. It'll be a great matchup, and I'm excited for what's to come.
And then, easy question, favorite one to get to ask. You're going to state. How does it feel?
2 years in a row. We're making history at Aquinas, man. Got some legends on this team, legends in the making. Hopefully one day, a few of these guys will have their numbers up in the rafters. That'd be a big dream of mine to have. And to leave your legacy at Aquinas, we had a speaker this week who was talking to us about leaving the legacy and building the tradition that we have at our school. And to leave this legacy is really big. You don't see many Aquinas Blue Gold football teams going to state 2 years in a row. That's very special to me that I've been a part of this turnaround of the program.
All right, congrats on the win. Enjoy. Good luck down in Madison.
Thank you, sir.
We will bring in Colin Consemius. We've said it about 7 different ways, but all right, we'll go with Colin. Colin, receiving 5 catches, 103 yards, obviously that big touchdown. What was kind of working for you out there?
I was just getting open a lot, and all my guys were blocking for me really good, and I was just getting those open lanes and putting the Jets on.
The big one coming, that 55-yard touchdown. Kind of talk through that play, what was happening there, and kind of the opening you had there.
So we talked a lot about how we were going to have the open seams this week, and I got out in that seam. I was wide open, and then I got that ball and got my receiver, Declan Haas, got a big block. And then I just cut it across the field, and all my guys blocked for me, and I got in there.
So obviously, you kind of heard there, Mayville rematch with them next week. Thoughts going into that one?
I'm really excited. They're a really good squad, and it should be a good one.
And you're going to state. How does it feel?
Feels amazing. Yeah, 2 years in a row. Crazy.
All right, congrats on the win. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
And we'll bring in Coach Lee. Coach, we'll start kind of with all the options you have. A team that's been known throughout the year for passing. Last week, this week, really kind of more of a focus on the running game. What does that say about your squad that you guys are kind of able to switch gears like that so much?
Well, we got a lot of weapons, a lot of good players. Steve Kramer's our offensive coordinator, and he loves throwing the ball around, but if he can run it, he's going to do it. And we got the guys to do it. Shane Willenbring is number 54 for us. He might be one of the best offensive linemen that's ever gone through our school. He's the best one I've ever coached. And the other guys follow him, and they play together really well. I think they're well coached by that position group. And man, I mean, it's a lot, because you gotta respect, you know, the kid you were just talking to is the fastest kid in the state of Wisconsin. So you got to be able to stop that, but then on top of that, you got to be able to stop the run. So a lot of weapons, and Steve does a great job with our guys.
I'll tell you about that a little bit. See, close game there in the first half, second half, couple turnovers, kind of get you guys going. But talk about how important those turnovers have been for you guys too.
Well, huge. You know, when you win the plus minus, that really puts it in, puts the ball in your court. So that was giant for us. You know, we gave up a touchdown late, right at the end of the half, and our guys, we talked about body language, and they didn't have bad body language. There's no hangdog going on. You just got to play. So we've been really tough in the second half throughout the playoffs. I'd like to be tough in the first half, you know, so we don't have to fight so hard. But man, it was good. It was really good for those guys.
And then obviously Mayville coming up next week. Don't know if you were aware of that one, but obviously you saw them last year. Any thoughts going into that one?
Man, that's a really good team. I mean, they were that far away from tying that game up against us, and they brought all their dudes back. I still have nightmares about Blake Schraufnagel, and I'm sure he's going to keep me awake at night. I'll sleep maybe Friday, because maybe tonight I'll sleep a little bit, but and then Friday after we play him, because that guy he's the truth, and it's not just him. I mean, they got dudes, and they're well coached. It'll be fun. It'll be, you know, Ali Frazier.
Sounds good. Congrats on the win. Good luck down in Madison.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, we're going to come back upstairs. Matt and I will wrap things up here in just a moment. All right, made it back to the top.
Yeah. The cold top. Are you warmer down there?
No, colder.
Okay. So, what did they all have to say?
You know, a lot of talk about, you know, the offensive line. We talked a little bit about them, but some big dudes up there that really did some good blocking. And, you know, obviously a rematch with Mayville. They're familiar with them. Close game. As Coach said, they're about that far away from tying that one up, so.
Oh, like they were short of a first down
Short
or
of
what?
a touchdown.
Oh, I see.
So,
So they got that. That's been weighing on their mind. So they're really looking forward to this.
Looking forward to it. So, but that's our final football live stream of the year.
And just like that, it's over. It just seemed like, yeah, man, it's really. I was just even thinking about that when I was stacking up my papers. I'm like, well, the football season is over, but reminiscing back to it, like it just didn't seem like it was not too long ago when we were firing up those first home games.
Those first home games that.
And it was warmer.
Yes. But. And, no rest for the wicked. We jump into basketball on Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. But, but true to form, where the days are getting cooler, or not even cooler, they're just getting downright colder. And that state game matchup, that's going to be an icy one. Yes. Next week forecasts are going to be highs of low 20s. So if you're a hunter, you're really looking forward to that cold snap. If you're a football fan for that game, you're going to be needing beyond layers.
And you didn't really experience it with Colby last year. That is a very cold stadium when it gets cold.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. So I got to be what did they say? A school photographer. So I was confined to be within the box. So you can see it on the Lincoln sideline where the players are. There's that black bar. So I was allowed to be within that boundary at Camp Randall. But you guys had different coverage. You could roam around wherever you wanted. So then I just kind of followed you guys. So on Brent Jeski's first carry, he ran it into the corner end zone and ran past me. I was in his way in the back of the end zone, and somebody yelled at me. They're like, "You're not supposed to be here!" And I'm like,
"Yeah,
hey, but I'm media." And they're like, "You're just a school photographer. Get back in your box."
Down there, but coming back to the thing though, that when you get, especially for a fan, when you're on that concrete bowl with the metal bleachers, it's cold.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, so long story short, when I was standing down there, going into the second quarter, I was fine. But then after halftime, that's when the coldness took hold. Yep. Because you could watch garbage getting blown off of the stadium, and it literally would just do laps around the football field and just swirl towards the middle. And that was something you warned me about last year, and it was absolutely true. Wind will carry through there, and it just swirls. It's just like a big bowl of icy air.
So, but yeah, and then two conflicting strategies between the two teams.
I don't know much about Mayville.
Mayville, heavy run. They got a big running back. That's Schroffnagel.
Really?
Big beast of a running back. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, that game at 4. We looking for scores here. I was going to look just quickly here. Stratford does go to state, so Stratford punches their ticket. They win 20-14 over St. Mary's Springs.
Oh, no way! Tight ball game against...
That was a very good game, so they will take on D6. I can't think of what the other D6 game was off the top of my head. Monroe over New Berlin West, 48-0, so they will take on West Salem. That's D3. Columbus over Freedom, 32-16. They'll put Columbus... That'll be Columbus and Catholic Memorial. Talked about Shiocton, talked about West Salem. So, yep, Stratford does punch their ticket. But
way to go, Stratford.
And I think they're signaling for us to get out, so I think we should probably wrap up here.
Who's pointing at us? Down there? Wait, hold on. So, let's see here.
Stratford.
It's going to be Stratford and Mondovi.
Stratford-Mondovi. That'll be a good game on Thursday.
Both two seeds in their respected areas of the bracket. So that game is going to be... that's going to be your evening game.
Nope.
It's not evening game.
No, that'll be the 1 o'clock game.
No, you're right. Afternoon game. So Stratford Tigers, you're going to be taking on Mondovi.
Yep.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
So
big game. So, well... If we're going to wrap it up, well, Steve, it's been a pleasure. This has been fun.
Yep.
I'm just glad that you ask me back for these things because these are a lot of fun. And also a big thank you to Sports on Focus, because this is a big service what you bring to these ball clubs and for the fandoms and schools by providing these live broadcasts, great stats, and great coverage, and you guys do it all for free. And there's no distance too far for you all. And like I said, this was the only live broadcast provided for this huge game. So thank you to Sports on Focus. My name is Matthew Olmican for the Hornets Nest, and his name is Steve Aquinas for Sports on Focus. We got ourselves a drive back to the Great North. Not too far.
Not too far.
Marshfield's like a hearty 32 minutes away.
Yep.
There you go. So thank you so much for tuning in. You enjoy the rest of your Friday, and let's